Okay, folks, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly marshal today, because today we are playing, returning to, I'm not sure we say favorite, because we don't get to the channel as much as we can. We love the game, but we just don't get it to the table as often as we like. That's Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, published by Pinnacle Entertainment. At the time of recording, they have relatively recently released a newest edition of their Superpowers Companion, and we are going to be taking today to take this sucker out for a spin. We had originally scheduled another session of our Legacy of the Crystal Shard campaign, but again, we had difficulty getting a quorum together for this, so we decided to give this one a try. For those who are listening at home as well, we are going to be playing through, I'm using as a base for this adventure, the Heroes of the Sea module for Achtung Cthulhu. This is the Call of Cthulhu 2D20 version of it. I don't think this has been reprinted for the latest edition of Achtung Cthulhu, but if you are intending on playing this version of it, or perhaps if there is a 2D20 version that will be coming out, this adventure will likely contain spoilers for that module, so proceed with caution. With that in mind, let me introduce you to the stars we have for our Savage Worlds Operation Angel today. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing today? First up is Darren.
Yep, Darren here. I'm playing Thomas Halloway, also maybe known as the Angel.
Nice. And arguably the first superhero published by Marvel Comics #1. Ooh. And joining him as well, too, his erstwhile companion is John.
Hey everyone, I am John, and I am playing Logan. He is will be known as Weapon X or Wolverine, depending on what era you see him in. But now he's
or James Howlett.
Yep, smoking a cigar and using his Tommy gun and bone claws.
Nice. So what we've done is, for those who are more mechanically inclined, I have posted the versions of these characters that we built up on the Dungeon Musings Discord server. So if you want to see the character sheets for these characters and a couple other Golden Age characters or World War II era characters, we did that. These are built as Tier 2 characters in it. In the new version, the way that you classify sort of the different power levels of superheroes is by their, I'm just going to make sure I get the nomenclature right. I can't remember if it's tiers or power level.
Seasoned, I think it was, right?
Which was it?
Seasoned?
No, that's how experienced Savage Worlds character is. Gotcha. But that's a good point, though, John. One of the things that I like particularly about this game is, or at least the superhero component, is that the superhero stuff is decoupled from the experience of your character. The power level of your character, power level is what it's called. So you go from power level 1 up to power level 5. These are power level 2 characters, and they are seasoned, which means they've got 7 advances that we've purchased. So all Savage Worlds characters pass through their tiers of advancement from, what is it, novice to seasoned to veteran to, I can't remember what the next one is, expert maybe, to legendary. That advancement tier still goes on independent of your powers, and your powers don't get more powerful. So it's a cool way of being able to play a superpowered game and having regular advancement in the game without it resulting in just like, and now my blasts hit harder, or now my, I can lift more shit. Like I really like that aspect of it. For those, maybe I did not put it in here, but I'll put links to. I mean, I think Logan everyone knows, but I think perhaps the Angel is not the most common character. I'll post links to their profiles on Marvel.com or the MarvelApp.com or Appendix.com after this session, just so you can read more about both these. One of the things I like about playing these World War II heroes, I would say as well, is that Logan obviously has a very big history, but because Marvel has had so many writers that are so steeped in continuity, particularly Roy Thomas and Jerry Conway, there is a ton of revisiting of these characters. So Thomas Holloway has a very extensive history ahead of him in the Marvel universe as well, and he plays a really interesting, particularly in Mark Grunwald's Captain America stories through the 80s and 90s. He plays a pretty significant role in that. And actually, Ed Brubaker brings him back as well and in the mid 2000s or almost leading up into the 2010s. So anyway, I'm gonna get lost. This is why I don't run superhero games, to get lost in superhero trivia. Guys, so let's play some RPGs here. So
Nice.
our session, I mentioned to our players beforehand that our session takes place in the dark days of May 1940. Guys, let's take a look at what Europe looks like in May 1940. So this is where things stand. And you guys have been brought before. Our scene opens in that classic kind of like you guys walking down a long hallway. There's, military personnel rushing back and forth. We can hear British accents spoken in the background. And then the doors open up and you guys go into a briefing room. And who you find in there is, let's see here. Is. What's his name? Hold on here. General Lord Gort, commander of the British Expeditionary Force. The adventure starts with this briefing. You guys have not dealt with Gort before. I think, Logan, you may have met him. You've been involved as early as like the late 30s. You've been involved in the struggle against the German government under the Nazi Party. In particular, there's been you are in relatively high good standing with the British because you helped thwart a plot to screw up the succession of the British monarchy that was being spearheaded by a nasty piece of work named Baron Wolfgang von Strucker. And here is, for those who do not know what Baron von Strucker looks like. Here is von Strucker. Von Strucker is also in the comics one of the founders, if not founders, one of the heads of Hydra, which is sort of a parallel organization in there. He's also has his fingers in many nasty pots like the Thule Society and obviously the Nazi Party. So, Thomas, you are a little different. I imagine you're not in full uniform. This is still well before when the Americans get involved in the Second World War. And truly, like at this point, there is only an expeditionary force. To give context for this, the Germans haven't invaded Poland in 1939. And now they have begun to invade the Netherlands, or the Low Countries, so the Netherlands and Belgium. British Expeditionary Force was sent over. A declaration of war has come from France and the United Kingdom on Germany, but the Americans are not involved as of yet. I can't remember if a Lend-Lease was in effect, but the writing is on the wall as far as the American intelligence services are concerned. And you were, Thomas, you have a very extensive kind of crime-fighting history behind you at this point. One of the reasons you got so many of those skills and so many, investigative things is because you've been doing this for quite some time now, several years. When the opportunity came, knowing that there was going to be a war that likely would involve the U.S., you have come over and have been serving as sort of a unofficial attaché to this. So that's what your involvement is. As you meet with General Lord Gort, what you are handed is a briefing. And there's been some scuttlebutt and some summary, some rumors about what's been going on with the BEF. And I got 2 pages. I'll read these out as well, guys, just so that everyone can hear these. But I've got these pages for you if you choose to read along at home. So what these say is it's dated 1940, BEF 16D, secret. Dunkirk itself has been heavily bombed. Evacuations are to be made by ship from the 17.5-mile stretch of beaches between Dunkirk and the town of Newport. The bridgehead has been established some 5 miles deep between the two towns for the regrouping of BEF and Allied forces. A shrinking pocket exists to the south of the bridgehead, funneling retreating BEF and Allied forces. Beset on all sides by overwhelming German forces, British and Allied forces are suffering heavy losses in order to make time for our troops to withdraw. Let me bring you over to the Dunkirk bridgehead. So this is, you can picture in your briefing room, there's this big map with, like, you know, little representations of all the different British BEF forces and other Allied forces. The Belgians and the French are still fighting as well. King Leopold has yet to surrender to the Germans. The Dunkirk area comprises low-lying coastal plains comprising sand dunes, giving way to agricultural lands crisscrossed by drainage canals. The terrain is not considered favorable to armor, and roads are raised above the surrounding plains and flanked by drainage ditches, making traffic using them easily visible. Section 8 report. Belgian forces are crumbling, and the surrender of King Leopold is expected immediately. Communications on the ground are difficult, and it is unclear if the French command under General Blanchard appreciate the full nature of Operation Dynamo. Operation Dynamo is the offensive that the Germans launched in. Let's see here. No, sorry, Operation Dynamo is the evacuation. It's the Blitzkrieg. That is it. It's May 26th, 1940, Sunday, when the British Admiralty gives the signal Operation Dynamo is to commence. Blanchard, they're not certain that he appreciates the full nature of Operation Dynamo. Due to the speed of the German advance, there are limited resistance or intelligence assets on the ground. The presence of tens of thousands of BEF troops with inadequate communication and a rapidly changing situation is expected to provide a chaotic environment. Section D analysis. Section D agent Agatha Marsham, codename. As it says Wotan on here, we're calling it because this is Operation Angel. Her codename is Angel. Agatha Marsham, codename Angel, has made a recent transmission from what is now German territory in the combat zone. She has reported the existence of a secret operation named Fallnadel, Operation Needle in English, by a German SS Sondergruppe, a special group of the SS, under the aegis of Heinrich Himmler, designed to thwart Operation Dynamo. Angel is tasked with gathering information related to activities pursuant to Operation Three Kings in the area of Castle Karlstein last year. It is unknown precisely what Fallnadel refers to or what other information Angel has received. Angel was attempting to return to the BEF occupation zone, but has been stranded behind enemy lines by the speed of the German advance. Her last known position, radio transmissions, was the village of Mäßigen, which you can see right here. Recent attempts to retake Mäßigen have failed. London Station considers Angel's information to be highly sensitive and critical to the success of Operation Dynamo. Authorization is given to take command of an appropriate unit so this is the assignment of you guys, and penetrate enemy lines to make contact with Angel and discover the goals and nature of Operation Needle. You guys have any questions about the mission? I mean, you're just having to go in the opposite direction from the largest evacuation in human history while, facing one of the fastest advancing armies in human history, and then figure out what the Germans are up to.
Sounds like we're cutting through and punching through.
Yeah, I can't see anything could go wrong.
Okay. This is the selection of gear you can, apart from whatever's on your character sheets, this is stuff you can draw on as well, guys.
Oh.
So you can decide for yourself what you wish to bring. For Operation Angel, each investigator is issued with the following items of basic gear. You can elect to whether to take things or not, but it's 2 hand grenades, 1 gas tank charge, so a shaped grenade, 1 garrote, a water bottle, gas mask, entrenching tool, a cyanide pill, and then a haversack containing 2 packs of 24-hour rations, a ground sheet, an enameled mug. Well, it's the stuff that's in your mess pack. And then as a whole, you guys can choose, take 2 compasses, 1 map set showing the Dunkirk area, which you've got here, 1 pair of binoculars, and wire cutters.
Definitely want to take a gas mask.
Interestingly, this version of the German army is not as eager to use gas. The theory is that having fought in World War I, that Hitler may have known that that's as potentially dangerous to the troops as it is to themselves, but still not a bad thing to bring with you, especially for smoke and such.
Yes, I already get enough in my lungs from my cigars, but I can deal with that. Mustard gas, nasty stuff.
Yeah. So anything else? Anything from that list that I guess first, is there anything you're leaving behind, or are you taking all the assigned gear that you've got access to?
If we can carry it, I'll be taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we can.
Yeah.
Right.
That sounds like a good idea. Grenades are messy, but yeah, he'll definitely take the 2 hand grenades.
Okay.
Yeah, if everything will fit in that haversack, pretty much, then.
It's a garrote as well. That's cool.
Yeah.
Not one for stealth, but that's handy. I'll take that too.
Oh, Logan most certainly is one for stealth.
Well, yes. When he gets into his frenzy, not so much, but
yeah. Okay, then if there's anything, any other questions you have, otherwise, there really time is quite a pressing matter on this mission.
Yeah, Logan will look at him and say, "Did my requisition of new Cuban cigars come in? I'm running low."
Yeah. The Lend-Lease is supplying, again, I can't remember if for those listening at home, I can't remember if Lend-Lease is in effect at this point. Lend-Lease is, there's the war will be causing rationing for everyone, Logan. You'll make do with what you've got.
He gives his typical Logan growl.
Okay. Then, we are picking up with you guys parachuting in, actually, on May 28th. So this is 1 day, 2 days. 2 days after the word has been given. And, or maybe it's the evening of the 27th, I suppose, is when they fly you over and drop you. But this is still, paratrooping is still a bit of a way of learning. What I'm assuming, Thomas, is that you're not making use of the Cape of Mercury right now because the air is apparently, the air around the Dunkirk bridgehead is apparently just lousy with Stukas. Okay. So I am assuming that you have. Now hold on. Did I? Oh, give me a sec. I actually need one of those. See, I loaded almost everything I need here, but. Oh, maybe. Hold up.
I think Logan would be complaining about parachuting in because if we were meant to fly, we'd have been given wings.
Okay.
Always hates this part.
Oh, there we go. Okay, got it.
You can never quite stick the landing.
I don't have an image of the Stuka, but I take it you guys all know the whining scream of when one goes down. Mm. It's I think TIE Fighter, but less sci-fi. I guess it's really an easy way to if you're not familiar with it. All right, so then we cut to you guys in the plane. I don't think you guys have worked together before. So is there any back and forth before you guys leap out?
Guessing Logan will be like, "Don't slow me down."
Yeah, I've heard you work solo quite a lot, so it'd be good to see how efficient you are.
No, because they can't keep up with me.
Do not fear there.
And, you have 2 guns, right? Like normal, like your main weapons.
Yeah.
Any good with those?
They're peacemakers as well, which is unusual.
Logan slaps his Tommy gun and says, "I spray and pay," and then get close and personal. And I don't know if they briefed you on what I can do, but if you need to shoot into combat and I'm in there, don't worry about hitting me. I'll get better.
Yeah, your reputation is well known, Logan.
Logan is also a member of the. He's clearly, his accent is not British, and he is a. I don't think there's a specific Canadian detachment involved yet, but you would definitely know that he's part of the Canadian military, or at least that's the uniform he's wearing. So. At that, there's an explosion as the whole thing rocks, and it seems you hear that signature, and the side of the plane is torn apart by machine gun fire, and more importantly, near the front of it is torn apart. You guys have been flying long enough, so you're getting near where your drop zone is, but it's pitch black outside. And all, looking down below, it's hard to see how far up you are, but it does not seem as if this plane is going to stay aloft for long. So
I assume we're wearing our parachutes just in case something like this happens, right?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you got on here getting ready. You would not have been like suiting up and whatnot on the way.
Yeah, Logan will grab side of the plane and shout at the angel, because I'm guessing it's super loud now. It's like, "I hope you know how to fall. This is gonna hurt."
Okay.
Yeah, just grab his haversack and head for the hole in the side.
Okay, so you guys both and out into the darkness of the night. There are explosions, around. You can see that the plane itself kind of veers away from you guys, and then you see a little ball of light and fire as the thing hits the ground, and then quickly is swallowed by the darkness of the night. Why don't you each give us an athletics check? See if there's any issues with
the agility.
No, athletics. It's a skill.
There it is.
Okay, both successes. So yeah, your things go out. You have no frame of reference of where you are at this point, so you're coming down and you don't know where you're coming down. I think from that, Logan, you're probably the first one down, and you're able to, if you're not going to bundle up you would be wanting to bundle up your parachute to hide it. Mm-hmm. Angel, you land not far away, and what's your first plan of action here?
I'll be folding up the parachute and then just trying to get bearings on where we are.
Okay, Logan, would you give us a notice check, please?
Gotcha.
No, you can get +2 on this too. I think I turned off the prompting for modifiers because it was a pain in the ass for rolling attacks.
Notice is a skill.
What is it? Is notice what I'm on? Maybe it might call it spot. Skill. Anytime I'm calling for you, it'll be rare when I call an attribute check. Hold on, it might be. Where is it here? I think it's notice.
Maybe I don't have that skill.
Hold on, it's a. Hold on, it's a passive skill. 1 second. what's the skill I'm looking for here? Hold up. I may have screwed up your character sheet. One sec.
Yay.
Let me see. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. I screwed up the character sheets.
You deleted my skill.
Hold on. So you don't... And... Yeah,
you did this on the fly, so you know.
I forgot to. No. It was transcribing error. Hold up. Give me 2 seconds. I can fix that. Go. Yeah, because it's a common skill, which means that everybody has it at least at a D4, and some of you guys have it better than others. Here we go.
There it is.
And. Angel.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah, one of the neat with Savage World Adventure Edition, they've got like 6 skills that everybody has. Nice. And notice is one of those things. You always start with the D4 in it.
Well, something very pungent nearby.
Okay. There you go, Angel. All right, so you got +2 to that. Oh boy. Okay, so this is not a surprise. I mean, you sit down and I don't know what's going on, but something is just. Maybe you're more focused on what Angel's doing, and you don't hear, you don't notice the rumbling of something rolling up behind you. And a very bright light shines on you.
Yeah, I think Logan was like getting a cigar out, just getting it lit, because and then just.
I mean, he has experience in World War I, right? Like that's probably not a wise thing to be lighting a match in the middle of the dark.
Narratively speaking, I think maybe he did it.
Okay. So this comes rolling up about 20 yards away from you. A big spotlight is on you, and there are 8 German troops who are spilling out of the half-track, looking for you.
Lovely.
So they're about 20 yards away from you. They know precisely where you guys are, unfortunately, and you had no warning. So let's do this. Let's talk about initiative. Okay. So, the way it works, neither of you has the quick edge, so you're drawing 1 card, and we go from highest card down to lowest card in reverse alphabetical order. So, Angel's got a 6, Logan's got a 7, the Germans have a 4. Oh, I've got bennies as well. Shoot, right. I have 6 bennies to start. Or 4, sorry, I have 4 bennies to start. Well, whatever, I'll get 4. I'm going to spend 1 of my 4 to get a new card. Should I spend 1 more? Yes. There we go. All right, and now, what you can do is spend 1 of your bennies to draw another card. I'm currently going first with a squad, and with that Kugelwagen. Not a Kugelwagen, but whatever it's called, half-track. Either Logan or Angel, do you want to spend points?
Not a chance will be the king, so no, I'm going to save my bennies.
Okay.
No, I don't think it's very good chance of beating that either.
All right. So then they are going to... Let's see here. So they're... Well, I'm going to get their stats up here. And we get the stats for the Kugelwagen. Not Kugelwagen. I will keep calling it that, but it's such a fun thing to say. But it's not what it is. All right, where is it here? Trains, here we go. I will say the selection of things in for Savage Worlds for the previous edition of Acting Cthulhu is pretty awesome. In the Keeper's Guide, they've got pretty much everything that you would want to include in your game. Allied, here we go. Just gotta find it. Here we go. Okay. So, they are going to come out and they are going to train their weapons on you. I got 4 on you, Logan, 4 on you, Angel. They have what's called the drop. So the drop is a rule. The attacker... Yeah, so I've got... It's not called the drop. Hold on, what is it in this game? Because what the drop is you get +4 to hit. It's like a sneak attack. +4 to hit, +4 to damage for it. But there is a rule, I can't remember, about having, like, you know, when you got your gun on somebody. Because it does make for a contested rule. Like, you guys can try and act before them. I'm trying to remember what that rule is. Let's see. Suppressive fire.
Well, there's a combined attack, but...
No, combined attack is when you're all attacking together to stack up damage to get through, like, hard toughness. There's a specific... This is a standard... Savage Worlds stuff. It is firing to melee and some bystanders. Hold, here we go. So they've all got on hold. Here's what I'll say is that they're on hold. They don't have a drop on you because they don't have like a gun to your head or anything like that. But if they want to interrupt your action, it's an opposed athletics check, and you'll need to beat them in order to act before they can shoot on you. So they each of them has a rifle out, has a rifle trained on you, and they are ready to shoot. I think, why don't you each give us a... I think Logan for sure speaks German. And Angel, do you have languages? If you had that skill
noted down. No.
Not there's actually a skill called languages.
No, that's what I meant. I couldn't see anything noted down. As
no. So this is where you could. Do you want to give us is this your preparation for beforehand using your Jack of all trades?
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth.
Okay, so give us a smarts check. That's a attribute. Let's see if you boned up on German beforehand. That's a success. You got a 4. So you got a D4 in languages. What they're saying is surrender. Drop your arms and surrender. And I think that is it. I'm just finding the stats for them. It's nice that each of these supplements has rules for both Call of Cthulhu 6th edition and Savage Worlds in it, so you got both. It just makes it not the easiest thing to navigate for trying to find a set of stats. There we go. Okay, so that's them. They have managed to move up about 6, so they're about 24 yards away right now. Or 24 meters, whatever, which is whatever the ranges are on your things, those are 2 meters for everything. So if you've got a 5, it means it's 10 meters away. That's it for them. Next up is Logan. What are you doing, Logan?
Logan, with the cigar hanging out of his mouth, he looks over at Thomas and then back at the guy and says, "Well, Bob, looks like we're surrounded. And he makes a show of putting his hands up
Okay.
and walking slowly towards the Nazis.
Okay. Thomas.
Where's the this flash? Well, not flashlight, but spotlight. Where's
It
that
is on the half track.
aimed? But I mean, where is it aimed at specifically at the moment? Is it sort
I
of?
think it's
covering
probably
both
moving
of us?
back and forth between the two of you. Like you guys were close to one another, so it's probably from far enough away it's able to illuminate both of you.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
Well, I'm gonna, do similar to Logan, but I'm gonna try and sort of fairly stealthily try and get my hands on one of them grenades as
okay.
I'm sort of walking towards them.
Yeah, give us a thievery check, and I'm gonna let me roll the see what is their notice.
See, I love Logan's particular personality in the comics. His combination of bravery and overconfidence, and that's great.
Okay, so here we go. This is you beat my 5. Is their notice?
I got 2 5s.
2
for
5s,
thievery.
nice. Okay, so and you're the one acting, so you get to win. All right, so you've got a grenade on your hand, in your hands right now. That is the end. And are you moving whatsoever?
Yeah, I'm slowly moving forward, similar
Okay.
sort of pace to Logan, so we're sort of going together.
Let's go once again here. Jack for Thomas, 7 for Logan, and
Okay, 7s.
a 3 for the Nazis. Anyone spending bennies?
You.
Okay. Then, Thomas, you're up first. What are you doing? They still have the drop on you, or not the drop. They still have a held action until their turn.
Yeah. So if I was to throw this grenade, it would be a roll off to see if they reacted. I guess.
Yeah, and like to give you a sense, it's your athletics, and I think yours is like a D10. The only reason I'm rolling an extra dice is because there's a bunch of them. Rather than rolling for each individually, the way you handle, you may remember that in Savage Worlds, there's different kinds of adversaries. There are extras and there are wild cards. You guys are wild cards. You have 3 bennies. You take 3 wounds to go down. You also get to roll a wild dice with your dice. These guys are extras. They don't get to roll that stuff. But rather than rolling 8 notice checks, I roll 1 with a wild dice. And that models the whole group of them. So, for instance, if you wanted to try and act before them, I got a 5 on my athletics.
Yep.
You want to try and beat him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to try.
Let me give you one more thing, one more wrinkle in here. The way multi-actions work is if you're taking more than one action, you just take -2 to -2 for every action you take beyond the first one.
Yeah.
Now that I set it up, let me make sure that's right. Multi-actions, yeah, -2 on all actions. If you take 2 actions, -2 on everything. 3 actions, -4. You always get to roll your wild die on everything. So if you wanted to say like throw that, but then also like run and take off or hide or something like that, or get your cape on, or maybe the cape's on and just not unfurled, you can certainly take advantage of that stuff too. It just means that you need to take -2 to everything. So,
yeah, I mean, his main focus is getting that grenade away on time, so that'd be his main focus.
okay.
And he's just going to say to Logan, "We haven't got time for this," and he's just going to
Agreed.
roll this grenade or throw this grenade into
Who are
the
you
group
throwing
of
at?
4.
There's one group, there's the one group of soldiers, there's the second group of soldiers, and there's the half track.
I'm going to throw it at a group of 4 that are in front of me. I assume they're sort of closest.
Yes,
enough.
yes, they are. Now hold on, I think I can actually, I think I can get that on your. You guys all have access to the compendium, so let me just quickly do this here. I think I can just drag and drop a grenade. Stun. Okay, what is it called again? Hold up. Sweet. The compendium we have access is Savage Pathfinder, Savage Rifts, and the Savage Worlds Adventure.
There's a stun grenade.
There it is, Mark II. This is what I'm looking for. I'm trying to see what the name... There we go, pineapple. Okay, so I'm going to drag and drop that onto you, Angel, and that should show up. There you go. And I'll do that for you as well, Logan, just so you got those on the sheet.
Oh, yeah, see it.
Okay. There you go, Logan. Boom. All right, so then, Angel, go ahead and give us first an athletics check. You're trying to beat a 5.
Okay.
Easy. Yeah. Go ahead and make click on your attack with your grenade. Oh, no!
Benny.
I don't think you can Benny when
it?
there's... Let me double check.
Oh.
Let me see. I know there are some games, because we've been playing Blackbirds recently, and I know in Blackbirds you cannot Benny a... let's see here.
They dropped us into a hot spot and gave us faulty grenades.
Okay. Critical failures cannot be re-rolled even with bennies.
Damn.
Ting, 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 ting. Here's the upside is that grenades can always be evaded. So this is a dex check or a, what do you call it? Agility check at -2. So you toss this out, both of you, the grenade is going between the two of you. Would Logan and Angel each give us a agility check at -2? Or you can just roll your agility and look, you're rolling for a 6 or higher.
Yeah.
Angel
Damn.
gets with a raise, so Angel, you fly out of the way. Logan, you're like, what in the... Now, you could spend a Benny and re-roll if you like.
Nah. It's
Take
fine.
it. Okay, so go ahead. First, then, Thomas, would you roll damage for the grenade? Explodes next to Logan. 14. Okay, so
Okay.
what's your toughness?
Toughness is 8.
8. Okay, so that is a 12. It's with a raise, so you take 1 wound from us. So you go. Then it is... so you're on the ground, Thomas, having died for cover. Logan, you're up next. First thing... Now, hold on. Does regeneration... Is it at the start of your round or the end of your round?
I think it's the start, but I'll click on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys clicking. You got to roll that anyway. Every round is a limited free action. Okay, so it is. It's not the start of your round. It's an action you take,
Okay.
and that's a fail. Ugh. You want to Benny that?
Is it? Do I need to get a 4 or higher?
You need a 4 or higher. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll Benny it.
I mean, you're only taking a. All that means of the wound is that you're at -1 to your actions.
Well, you know what? We'll keep it because that gives me an opportunity to go into a rage.
Yeah, it does. It does.
frenzy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then So the explosion goes off next to you. Logan, you're up next. What are you doing?
So narrative, what happens? You see like part of his cheek bone through his face. He goes, "That was my cigar," and then he just runs straight up and does this big leap. And he's gonna grow his claws out and try to stab these guys as he's coming in.
So you need to actually get to them first. Your speed, I believe, your pace is a 6. You can roll. There's a running dice on there. Why don't you go ahead and click on that?
Yeah.
See how far.
If I need to use multiple actions, I will.
I don't think you can reach that. I don't think you can reach the full distance because they're still 24 away.
Well, I walked closer to them at the start, right?
Right, but that's why they were at 30 to start with. You moved 6 last round. 6. Okay, so that. Oh, hold on. No. I'm fucking it up. So 6 inches plus your regular 6-inch movement. That's 12. That's 24. So you've raced up because remember it's
Nice.
1.
So full like superhero jump, and this guy
Yeah.
claws growing out, and he's just gonna stab him with his claws.
All right, and because you have your frenzy edge, you can attack twice. You make 2 attack rolls with your what do you call it? With your claws.
Okay.
Okay.
First attack, bone claws.
Let's see here, and I'll tell you what their parry is. Parry is a 5, so that's a hit, not a raise.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage. Well, look at this though. Oh man, you do a shit ton of damage with your claws. All right, so the first one, schwack. What does it look like as the first Nazi goes down?
So he lands on him hard enough and drives both claws into his chest and just rips it out. And then he spins around and slashes at the other one.
Are you berserking right now?
Yeah, I went to a frenzy.
Okay, so hold on. No, frenzy is a different skill. Oh, it's important to use the right nomenclature.
Gotcha.
Right, because your berserk, that's the edge.
No, frenzy's good.
Okay. But what berserk is the one that gives you?
Sorry, I meant because he went and got a wound, he could go berserk in response.
That's what I thought you meant. Yeah. That's why I was saying that it's important to use the right nomenclature. Yeah, so, berserk. What that means is you gain. Let's see here. Your strength goes up, and you must. Every melee attack must be a wild attack. So you got +2 to hit, -2. Let me do two things. I'm going to turn on your modifier.
Okay.
So that you can roll them with that, because it's +2 to hit. And it becomes problematic. You just go to the cog there, John, and then just go to prompt miscellaneous modifiers. So now when you roll, it'll prompt that for you. But you gain, what is it, +1 to your strength?
I believe so.
+1 to strength, +2 to toughness. Ignore 1 wound penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty awesome.
And then it said all attacks are wild strikes, right? So I couldn't.
So that would mean it would be +2 to hit on that. It's +2 to hit you right now.
Okay, and then I could take extra actions, but I'm at a -2, right?
Let me just quickly get one thing. There is a. I thought that you get. Oh yeah, your strength does increase by. You got Fury. And Enraged and Reckless Abandon. Okay, sorry, I was just reading the edge. Because there is a neat way of easily adding a modifier. You're going to want the modifier to your strength because the strength dice goes into the damage for your claws. So, let me see here. We go to Edit, and we go to Strength, whoop, and we do Step 1 up. Boom. And we know it's only a temporary one because of the asterisk next to it. You see that? Okay.
See it, yeah.
Awesome. All right. So then that first one would have been a hit anyway, not a raise. And yeah, you can't more kill this. So you bury your claws into the other. Then, even though Wild Attack is a tactic, you still can take advantage of Frenzy. You still all get to roll a second fighting attack.
Okay. So
without engaging multi-attack penalties.
Yeah, attack the guy right next to him and just...
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Also, because you're wild attacking, that kind of offsets the penalty you take from sweep. Right? Because sweep gives you 1 attack roll, and you attack everyone who's adjacent to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Roll damage.
What? Yeah. Schwack. Limbs and heads and whatnot are flying off from these things. From these soldiers. All right, then it is the Nazis' turn. All right, so the ones that are engaged with you, I am going to make a spirit check. This was scary as shit. So let's see if they're going to keep fighting.
Yeah. And you see his like flesh growing back over his cheekbone very slowly from the frag grenade as he's screaming.
That's so funny. Okay. There we go. Oh, come on, for Pete's sake. There we go. All right. Roll 2d6, exclamation mark. All right, so they're... Gott in Himmel! They turn, and they are going to be fleeing. You get to make 1 free strike on them, Logan. So go ahead and make 1 more attack. It's a hit with a raise, so go ahead and roll damage and add the extra damage as well. So it's a 22, so yeah. Another one is shredded as you are trying to run away. Then the others are going to... so you have... you're prone right now. Oh, I didn't grab my freaking Marshall screen. I'll do that on our break. I forgot to grab the DM screen, the Marshall screen. There's also in the... the Adventure Edition box set, there's a bunch of little like bookmark handouts that have little pertinent rules on them. Super helpful. Which I wisely did not grab. Came very lightly accessorized for today, guys. I do apologize. Well, let's see here. I think that you get, because I think as prone, that you get, they get -2 to hit you, which will help. Cool. Because there's a lot shooting at you right now.
Who's getting targeted?
That would be Angel. Okay. Oh, but Angel also gets a -5, so it's because of your dodge. -5 to hit, -2. I'm going to say -7 total. They need a 11 to hit you.
Oh, is his fancy cape?
No, just because one of his advantages is he's got dodge, and he's got the dodge edge.
Oh, well, I guess if you can't heal, dodging's a good alternative.
Absolutely. Okay, so I need an 11 to hit you. That's a miss, a miss, a miss, a miss. So they're firing at you, Angel. You can hear the bullets whizzing over you, and you can hear the roar of Logan as he's tearing apart these guys, and the scream of the Nazi troops. All right, then let's see here. King for Angel this time. 5 for Logan, and 3 once again for the German troops. All right, so then, guys, anyone spending bennies? I guess I should spend a benny just to keep it interesting. There we go. Logan?
Nah.
Okay. Bennies come about as frequently as hero points. It's part of the game's design that you spend them. You can't have more than 3, so if you don't start spending, you can't get
Sure, I'll spend one.
Yeah, this game is that kind of narrative meta currency.
See? It's okay if Logan goes last.
Okay, then it is the... All right, so then it is Angel's turn first. What are you doing, Angel?
Yeah, he's given up with this grenade in Lark. He's going back to his pistols. He's going back to his peacemakers. So he's going to draw his 2 peacemakers and take a couple of shots.
Okay, so you don't have quick draw, which means you're going to take -2 to these attacks. So it'll be a 6 to hit these guys.
Okay.
But your 2-gun kit allows you to attack twice without penalties. Yeah, that's a hit with a raise. Holy smokes. Go ahead and roll damage to that one. So that is 21. One of them's down. Go ahead and roll your second attack.
Okay.
You want to spend a Benny re-roll?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. There you go. That's a hit with a raise. Go ahead and roll damage. Yeah. So guns are firing. You can also move if you want. You couldn't run because you would have taken a penalty to hit with that.
Yeah.
But
I'll start to move towards the vehicle.
Okay. All right. Then it is their turn. All right. So then, speaking of the vehicle, you can hear a rumbling. It turns, and first for you, Logan. Let me make an attack with the guy who's near you. He brings up the gun. This is only going to be... Actually, this is going to be... I need a 2 to hit you because you're vulnerable. Because you're being wild striking.
He decided not to run.
He hit. Yeah, he got away from you, and he hit. And the damage is...
A toughness of 10 now, I think, because of my berserk.
Oh, nice. Okay, so... Let's see here. Damage is... 2d8. Okay. Let's see here. Roll 2d8! Exclamation mark. Oh! Okay. You said it's a 10 right now?
10, yes.
So that's a shaken result. Oh, we forgot to roll for you to unshake as well. Which is fine. It's been a while since we played Savage Worlds. So this is a hit with, let's see here. 14 is 1 wound, 18 is 2 wounds, 22 is 3 wounds.
So this soaking?
Kill you. Yes, so you want to spend a Benny and soak?
Yes.
Okay. Remember, you get +2 to your soak, so go ahead and roll a... Oh, there's a button for soaking. It's a vigor check.
+2.
Go. Look at that! Oh, man. So success and... Let's see here. Each success and raise reduces it by 1. That's 4. So this hits you, And you look at him and just...
He goes, "You missed the vitals."
The German is freaking out. The two who are facing you, Angel, they are going to open fire. Not prone anymore, but they got -5. They need a 9 to hit you. Oh, that's not what I'm rolling, though. I'm cheating. Quit cheating, Madison. There we go. 1, 2. Oh, I got a hit on you. So then it is a... Let's see here. It's a D8 on this. How's that compare to your toughness?
It's 9.
Toughness is a 9. Okay, so then that is a hit, not a raise. So you are shaken. So we'll just put... hold on, I think we've been using that for shaken in past. And because you soaked all the wounds, Logan, you're not shaken either. You don't have to roll for unshaking. What it is, you can spend a Benny to immediately unshake, or you can make a spirit roll. You get +2 because of combat reflexes to unshake. So that's them. And then it is... and the Benny you can spend at any point. And then the guy who has the machine gun is going to try and unload on Logan. So it's a 4 I need because you're vulnerable. He's going to try and get you. He takes -2 because he's doing multiple taking multiple shots. But I get 3d6 here. So this is against each of them is against a 4. Only one of those hits. And then the damage
Start spitting bullets here in a second.
Yeah. See here, damage is a d8. This is +1 to this result. 12.
So that's 2 above my toughness.
2 above your toughness. Okay, so then you are shaken then.
Okay.
So you're just... Yeah, there we go. Also, top of the hour, why doesn't everyone get a Benny?
Nice.
And then it is Logan's turn. So first off, why don't you roll... You can either spend a Benny to automatically unshake, or you can make a spirit check.
Do a spirit check.
Yeah. Also, I think there's an unshake button.
There's a shake.
There's a shake thing?
Icon that and there's an unshake to the right of it next to fatigue.
Oh, hold on. There it is.
Okay. So go ahead and you got minus... or +2. +2 to this.
Okay. I'm adding it in.
Okay. Fails to unshake.
Okay, so I guess I'm shaking then.
Okay.
So that means I get penalties, right? I turned
No,
it
it
on.
means you don't act.
Oh, can I spend a Benny and still unshake?
Let's see here. Yes. Let's see. Start of the turn. Must roll for shaken. You can spend a Benny at any point and unshake. So yeah, you can spend.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
unshake.
All right. So you're unshaken, and then what do you want to do? Oh, roll for your regeneration button.
Yes, that's the first thing I want to do. He's gonna crack his neck as he tries to heal. Healing factor. There it is.
Yes, success.
So the bullet holes start to peel in. His cheek covers over, bald patch of hair where his beard was for a second.
Okay.
And he glares at the guy, "I'll deal with you later." And he charges the vehicle, the guy with the machine gun.
Okay. Here, I'll reduce your wound for you. All right. So then give us a. You probably can make it there with a regular pace at a regular pace. Go ahead and give us. You got frenzy. You can attack twice.
Yes, he would leap up there and try to shot him.
Oh, hold on. You're berserk right now, right?
I am currently, yes. I haven't come out of it yet.
Yeah, so you got a wild strike. You haven't tried to recover. I think you got to attack the closest one.
I do? Well,
I think role-playing wise, if you're in a frenzy, you're probably diving on the guy who just shot you.
okay, could I do multiple actions, like attack him, run, and then attack the guy with the machine gun?
You can try, yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
I would like to do that.
Okay,
So we'll start with the bone claw against the guy?
Yep.
So he'll leap on him as like, "You shouldn't have shot me."
I'm not sure you can talk at this point because you're berserk, right? That's a hit with a... Not a raise. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah. I know I can't activate certain things.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's another German soldier down.
I think he does a leaping slice upwards to get him out of the way and then pivot and just...
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe make a running check?
Yeah. No, I think you got enough movement.
Okay. And then he'll just leap and try to get the guy like past the machine gun.
Okay. Go ahead. And yeah. Okay, so hold on. It's 2. 6, yeah, that would have been a hit. Okay, I forgot to apply the -2 for multi-attack. So
Gotcha.
that is a hit and a raise. Go ahead and roll damage.
And boom.
Yeah, 22. Yes! That machine gunner is not doing anything else anymore. Then it is end of the round. Okay, it is then Angel. You're on a queen. Logan on a 10. Nazis on a jack. Anyone spending bennies? Yeah, okay. Angel, you're up first. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try and shoot these other two
Go ahead.
before running in.
So now you have no penalties to it whatsoever. Oh, yeah, right. Hold on. You got to roll to unshake first. Sorry, I forgot. So give us. Yeah, and actually, good reminder of the character sheet. You can just click that.
Yeah.
You got combat reflexes. You got +2 to this as well.
You spent a penny.
Yeah, I just spent a penny.
Oh, to unshake.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So is that applied -2 or something? Is it? Or?
You don't take any penalties whatsoever. Rolling to unshake doesn't take an action. It's something you get to do at the start of your round. It also like you can roll and then see whether you need to spend a penny if you like.
Oh, okay. I might as well then.
Yeah, easy. 21 on your wild dice. So yeah, you can give yourself your penny back. And then that is otherwise a hit with the first one. Go ahead and roll damage on that for that first one. 9. Okay, let's see here. So you could spend, if you want to spend that Benny, you could spend it to re-roll damage. That's not a great damage roll.
Yeah, I will do.
Okay.
Yeah, re-roll damage.
There you go. 10. That was a hit with a raise. No, it's just a hit. Okay, so 10 is... But 10 is enough to inflict a wound. 1 is down. Go ahead and roll your second attack.
Okay.
Hit, no raise. Go ahead and roll damage. Yeah. All right. Then it is the last one is the driver of the half track. I think he's going to take a -2. He grabs a pistol out, turns, and tries to shoot Logan. It jams. Click, click. Huh. Then it is Logan's turn.
Oh, like narratively speaking, he like jabs his bones into the gun just so it doesn't fire.
Yeah.
I think he'll try to snap out of his berserk at the moment. That
Sure.
is a
So
smarts roll.
it's what is it? A smarts at -2?
I think it's just a smarts. Let me.
Yeah, click on it
berserk.
again. Let's see here. You can choose to end it at any point. Smarts -2.
Oh well, that's. Not
So
good.
it's basically smarts against a 6.
And I have a D6.
So go ahead. You always roll wild dice, and they both explode. So let's see.
Nope.
You want to spend a Benny re-roll?
No, I need that last penny.
Okay.
So I was gonna try to capture him, but at this point he's like,
Yep.
stab.
Go ahead. So you get 2. Once you roll 2 attacks, you get your frenzy. That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. You may not need a second attack. Okay. Now you need to recover, or you're going after Angel.
Oh, I lose total control. Ugh.
Yep. Yeah, this is the downside to Berserk. All right, so then let's deal cards here. 3 and a 2. I'm assuming you're not spending pennies on Logan to try and go before him.
No. And he can fly, so he's relatively safe.
I don't think you know he can fly just yet.
Well, yeah, I know, but
You're about
So-
to find out.
Yeah. Angel, what are you doing? You can see Logan is covered in the viscera and blood of the Nazis, and he turns, kind of lit by that spotlight still, and he doesn't seem like he's done making use of those
I'm
yet.
gonna let the Cape of Mercury flutter out. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna take up to what I believe is a safe sort of Logan jumping height.
Okay.
we're about to
Say,
test that.
whoa, calm down now.
So I think it's only, we'll say it's only 2 more rounds before you automatically can recover from it. So let's just give us another smarts check. Let's see if you can collect yourself this round.
No.
You try one more.
I'm gonna see if he can run up and doing like an acrobatics check or something to get up to him, and then we can
There's
roll again.
no way you can,
Oh,
like,
damn.
yeah,
Okay.
like,
One more. No.
no. Okay, so
I have
he's
to roll a 6. So.
yeah, he's screaming and yelling. Oh no, you're rolling. You rolled spirits the second time. You rolled a smarts.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Give me the benefit of the doubt here.
Did it roll?
Smarts did not yet.
No, no.
1. No. All right. So then after, a couple of seconds, and he's screaming and howling, he is for sure. Oh, there it is. It just rolled. Or did you
just double clicked? So.
Okay. So there's your success. Unfortunately, he's screaming and howling and whatnot. And I think, would you give us, Angel, a D100 roll?
Okay.
Let's see what attention he's drawing here. Okay, 36. All right. What that means, you can hear shouting of oof. Let me see here. I'm going to draw a card here. Okay. It sounds like there is about 30 men coming in your direction. And from the language being spoken, it is quite clear it's German. So, Logan finally recovers himself and drops to his knees. The claws go back into his hands. What does Logan say to indicate to Angel that, or to Thomas that it's safe to come down?
So he slowly stands back up and like, shouldn't have hit me with a grenade. Let's get out of here.
Angel, you can hear there's like 3 squads of German troops that are coming in this direction.
Okay. Let's take this half track. It might be useful.
Might be a good idea. Logan will run over there, pull the body out, and throw it to the side.
Okay.
And then,
Maybe steal one of their hats and put it on.
Okay.
Yeah, take a cap or a.
He looks down at this thing. He's like, I don't know how to drive this. Maybe.
Do you have driving?
I do as a D4.
Okay. Yeah, so you're not great at it.
It's all in German.
Well, and these things as well, like the way that the briefing described it is exactly as you're seeing. All these roads are narrow, they're all elevated, and they have very deep sides. It's very little, very difficult to get this thing. You certainly wouldn't want to take this thing off-road in here. So, what do you guys
Does
think?
Angel have driving higher than a D4?
No, he'd be relying on jack of all trades, I think.
Okay, well then, I guess I'm driving this thing. He goes, okay, clutch in, brake, gear, let's try it.
Okay. Go ahead and...
There you go.
Okay. So, yeah, it starts rumbling, it starts going forward. You don't know where you are, you don't know where you're going, so, you're definitely driving down the road here, and you're finding that there are vehicles blocking the way. They're having to maneuver around destroyed vehicles, allied vehicles. But it takes about maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes of driving down the road before you believe you've outpaced whoever. Those other squads, they were on foot. But the amount of destroyed vehicles, the presence of these German troops, I think it's a safe assumption that you have landed behind enemy lines. You still are not quite clear where you are, though. So...
You see signs out there flying,
each of you guys get a Benny as well.
Is there any road signs at all?
One of the things that the allies are doing is taking down those things and destroying them as they retreat to make it more difficult.
Had enough time to do it or not?
Yeah, but what you can do is, let's see here.
We'll look at our map as well and see if any of the roads sort of we're following.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah, and I think that'll be...
Seems to make sense.
What skill do we think this will be here? a survival check. I think we'll that'll be sort of the orienteering part of this.
That. You got survival there, Angel?
No.
Okay. I mean, you're more of an urban crime fighter, so that you don't spend as much time outside. You could jack of all trades it, I guess.
I could give it a.
You can also
shot.
give an unskilled roll to try and assist. On a success, you'll add +1 to Logan's.
Yeah, I've got D4 -2 unskilled.
Yeah, so it'd be D4 -2 and this wild dice -2. You want to try that, or?
I can't give him any penalty, can I?
No, I don't think so.
Give it a go.
There you go. Okay, so you're Logan. You get +1 on this.
One added.
Okay. Excellent. So you get up with a raise.
Recognize this intersection.
Yeah, so you're looking on it, and you pull up the map, and you guys take a moment, with the the light cast off by the flashlight. You're about here right now. Let me double check the timing of this. I love the map in the adventure gives you the timing of where the front lines were based on the day.
So we need to get down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are near Demood. Or Dix. I don't know how to pronounce that. I think it's Demood.
Smooth.
So be somewhere around here, and yeah, where you need to get is to Macegan.
It's like every foot's a mile. Okay. 17 miles.
Okay. So traveling in, to give you a sense of how fast you're going to be able to move here, on foot, you're moving about 3 miles an hour. In vehicle, it's 10 miles an hour, but the vehicle has a much better chance of running into an encounter than what the on foot does. So what are you guys thinking? Now that you know where you are, now that you know where you need to go?
And is low-level flying an option?
You will not be able to carry Logan for that entire time because he is a lot heavier than he looks. And it's
not as heavy as he will be.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I guess his bones would have to be extra dense in order to punch through stuff like that. But he says, well, I'm more comfortable not having more opportunities to rip you open. Let's avoid fights if we can.
So what, we're going to cut across
Let's go overland.
terrain?
The Berserk thing also, remember, is an edge. It is optional. You don't have to trigger it as soon as you take damage.
Yeah.
Make sure to take your bonus to your strength off as well.
Yeah, I will do that. Here we go. Configuration.
So
Actually,
we're thinking to sort of cut across here, so
Go right across overland.
is that what we're thinking on foot?
yes.
That sort of thing?
How do I get rid of that asterisk?
Oh, here's how you do it, John. Is you go into the edit mode, go onto the cog for strength, and just steps boosted, put it back down to 0.
Got it. Okay, there we go. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd vote for overland. I could, if I'm not distracted, I might smell him coming.
Okay.
Okay. So why don't you, Logan, if you want to assist with this as well, Angel, you can do that. Why don't you give us a survival check once again? Let's just see how the travel goes. And then I think I'm assuming you guys are trying to travel incognito. Okay, no extra assistance from Angel. Although, you know what? You mentioned the flying. Why don't you give us an athletics check instead for your assistance to reflect you sort of scouting out over? You're able to get, to a height. You want to Benny that?
I'm going to re-roll that.
There you go. So +1 to your survival check there, Logan.
Okay, adding +1. Yeah, we know what we're going.
Very nice. You're not going to get lost whatsoever. You know precisely how to get to Macegan. Then the next thing is trying to sneak. This will help us determine how many encounters you guys are going to have. And this we will treat like a skill challenge kind of thing. They're called extended tasks. No, they're called something else in this game. They're called dramatic tasks. Totally different from skill challenges, guys. Do not confuse dramatic tasks with skill challenges.
If there's no drama in here, I'm going to be disappointed.
Then okay, so we can get rid of this half track then if you're leaving that behind. Would you guys each give us a stealth check, please? Okay, one success. No raises yet, guys. Anyone want to spend bennies to try and fish for a raise?
Not this early.
No, we'll start cautiously, I think.
Okay. So then what that means is we got 2 encounters on the way. So let's start. Thomas, you roll the last one. John, why don't you give us a percentile roll, please?
I'll do.
Okay. Ooh. All right, so guys, what you find, I'm going to make a notice check here. You know, I can just edit this. There we go. Okay, 5 is my best roll. So there is there's actually 3 squads, so I'm going to allow myself to roll 3 times here. All right, so that's a 7. Ooh.
Should not have lit that cigar.
Yeah, exactly. You're chomping on it again. What there is, guys, is as you're making your way across, you reach one juncture. Maybe there's a farmhouse and a field that you're making your way across. And the light has come up already. This is a couple of hours into the early dawn. And there is a group of, let's see here. There is a company of 3 platoons led by a captain who is directly in your way here. A platoon is made up of 3 squads. Each squad is 13 men, so that is about 90 men.
Well, shit.
You find who are occupying this. They are accompanied by, let's see here, they're all on foot, so there is that. And it does seem that they have, for one of those platoons, they have at least a chance of spotting you. So, I think you're probably at a pretty good distance at this point away. So let's see, what would be the range? Yeah, I think you are about 200 meters away right now. And let's draw a card. I'm going to put 1 to represent here. Just remember that 1 represents about 90 troops. So let's draw cards here. Oh, sorry, I went to that. Should be going to Angel and to Logan. Okay.
Get down, Flyboy. Oh, shit.
Anyone want to spend bennies? Get a new card.
To beat a king? No.
The more you get through the deck, the closer you get to jokers. Jokers get to act whenever they want and get +2 to all their actions for that round.
I'll give it a go.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Still not acting first, but Logan?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. 10. Oh. Okay. So I don't think they've spotted movement right now. They have not necessarily made, they're going to need to make a success on a notice with a raise. So they're going to need to roll an 8 in order to identify you as allied forces, as not Germans right now. So let me make you can picture they're starting to spread out into the field. I'll make 3 rolls.
Does it help that I got that German hat on?
if you still have it on, I'm not sure it plays. They wouldn't necessarily make a difference.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking if somebody thought to just shoot at the first part of the movement, they see the hat. So
yeah, no, it's possible, but fuck me. That's a 9. So one of the squads has identified you, the other has not. The other has not. So one most definitely, they are screaming out, allies, allies. Angel, they're still like 200 meters away. What are you doing?
200 meters away. Because we're together at the moment, I want to try and draw them away by flying sort of away from Logan and drawing them away to try and take chase and hopefully outrun them.
Sure.
Flight.
Why don't you give us a let's say a little intimidation check, please.
Okay.
Oh yeah, with a raise. What do you say as you go up? Are you shooting to draw attention?
So I sort of want to get closer to them, but outside of effective like rifle range, so they can see me flying.
Yeah, their weapons are probably not effective beyond about 100 meters. So they're 200 meters away. You have a speed of, I believe, your pace is 90.
Yeah.
So you can move 200 meters in a round.
So I want to fly to sort of, I don't know, 120 meters away and sort of stand there in a sort of heroic pose.
Okay.
Like on the skyline,
yeah,
so they can see me as much as possible.
Are you so now? I've been picturing you having the cape, but otherwise wearing like British Army fatigues. Are you wearing your full costume, or are you wearing?
I've got it underneath. And at this point, I want to sort of stretch open the sort of.
So yeah, you go flying over, and they're sort of like, in awe of what's going on. Logan, you're up next. What are you doing?
He murmurs something about making a very good target, and then he's going to try to slink to the side and make his way down towards the encampment, kind of like skirting the side of it to like get around them.
Yeah, why don't you, if you're trying to remain unhidden, why don't you give us a sneak check, please? Or stealth, not sneak.
Great.
So that's the difficulty to be spotted at 5. You want to Benny that, or you?
I need to save a Benny in case I need it.
Let's make the decision easier. Why don't you guys each get a Benny? You're facing a platoon, 3 platoons of German soldiers. I think you guys need it.
I will re-roll that then. There you go.
I'm going to give you guys one other thing. There's a neat rule we can play with. There is something called conviction. Mm-hmm. You each have conviction right now. Conviction you can spend at any point to roll an exploding conviction might not explode. You roll a conviction dice, roll a d6, and add it to the result of a dice roll. So you each have conviction and conviction. Where is it here? I can't remember if it explodes or not. Here we go. Conviction. I think with facing the whole squad, this is going to be worth digging deep. It says when you have both good and bad turns of luck, that's when you get your conviction. This strikes me as a bad turn. What do you guys think?
Yeah. We thought a 43 would be a freaking...
It can ace. Yep, it can explode. So there you go. All right, so nice, 6. Do you want a conviction that?
I'll conviction it. So it's a D6 exploding?
D6 exploding, yeah. I think there's conviction on your character sheet, actually.
Well, it didn't work.
Okay, but that's 8, though. It does add it to an 8 because it adds to the roll. All right, so then let's do one more round, then we'll take our mid-session break. So let's see here. Angel, ace, beautiful. Logan, a 6, and they're on a 7.
As long as they're distracted by flying guy, I'm fine.
Okay. So then I'm not spending a Benny. I've only got 1 left right now. Angel, you're first. What are you doing?
So fairly convinced that he's got their attention.
Oh, yes, most definitely. There's about 50 rifles that are taking aim on you right now.
He's gonna try and speed away in the opposite direction to the way well, not the opposite direction, but sideways to the way we're going and away from Logan, so
Sure.
he can continue to creep around.
Yeah. Okay. So then you can move again. Like you get a pace of 90 when you're flying. So Logan, you can see he just disappears in the opposite direction from you. Then on their turn, there's a couple of them who fire, but there's no way of them being able to get to you. But in the film version of this is where we would see, someone is shouting at a guy who's on a radio, and he's radioing in, and you can hear a sound of a shtuka approaching. Logan, what are you doing?
Yeah, who fucking he looks around for the guy who's calling it in.
I mean, in the film version, you can see this. That's 90 guys that you would, yeah. And at this point, it's probably too late. But you know what? Let's just see. Why don't you give us, if that's what you want to spend your action doing, give us a notice check.
So let's do this. Come on, exploding dice. Damn.
You want to spend a penny?
No.
Okay.
Just
you look around. You have no clue. Yeah, you can't tell where this guy is. You could still move if you want as well.
Yeah, he'll try and make some.
Here, I'm gonna make a. So let's see here. The guys who were searching for you, Logan, you got an 8.
Yep.
They're not finding you yet. All right. So Logan is making his way towards the command camp. The platoon is fanned out and has called in support from a shtuka. Let's take our mid-session break, and then we'll come back and see how your peacemakers do against a dive-bombing plane. So for those listening at home, we'll be back momentarily.
Use a grenade. What do you think so far, Darren? You like the angel?
I'm about to find out.
I've always liked Logan. He's one of my favorite Marvel characters.
Yeah, I mean, I like superheroes, but I'm not a massive comic book reader from the past and that. So,
Oh yeah, like
the idea of superhero. Yeah.
the animated X-Men series is what got me into him in the first place. So back in the '90s, I think.
Yeah, he's a cool character.
We were discussing last night at our table group. I told him we're going to play this session. It's like, how Wolverine's claws work. If you like put little sprockets in his wrist or his hand so they always come out without hurting every time. I'm like, his bones go from his forearm all the way out. It's not going to work. You're going to lock his wrist into place. It was great. And that led to DC and a whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah. It's a good session.
Yeah, I never really got into the DC stuff.
Yeah.
Apart from the super obvious sort of Batman and Superman stuff.
I know, more of a Marvel fan myself, so.
Yeah, same.
DC was always too, DC was always too dark and gritty. So. I hope you can dodge what's coming your way.
He's pretty good at dodging. I'm not sure if he's that good, but about to find out.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Anna Banana's finally up and did not want to come back inside. It's really nice here today. Let's see. See if I can find it. Nothing. Oh, not in my library. Okay, hold on. I'm going to try and load a photo of a Stuka quickly here. Okay.
You won't need that for very long, so that'll be right.
Let's see here.
It's a great opening first combat session. Loved it.
Oh, that's great. That is great to hear.
Got some friendly fire, some
Oh
coarse
man, that was
words.
hilarious. Yeah.
You missed the vitals, boy. That's great.
Well, it's good to see how the what do you call it? How the regeneration and the berserk works as well too. Like it was super cool and very appropriate for the character, but like
Logan is terrifying when you look at it from a normal person perspective.
oh yeah, yeah. Like I think it captures the characters quite well, and I liked how you guys were able to chew through, like you're able to chew through the enemies without them being without threat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see here. Just uploading my Stoka. I got to the Stoka. Here we go. All right.
I like how Savage models the regeneration effect too. I mean, it's like not super OP, like you can come back from everything, but
Yeah.
You just gotta have enough time, ain't you?
well, as long as you don't die outright.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Where on earth did I?
Incapacity heroes with regeneration continue to heal but remain unconscious for an hour.
Oh, nice. So yeah, so if they take you down,
or until you get a Delta Joker while still in combat, then you can get back up. So that's cool.
there it is. Okay. Sorry, I was having. I had auto saved because I was getting stuff ready for Stars Without Number last night. I had a bunch of stuff saved to the wrong folder this morning when I was trying to get stuff ready. I'm like, oh god damn it, why can't I find any of my images that I need for today's session? All right, here we go. Okay, so then we have I think as you're fleeing, Angel, this thing is, and it's not a foregone conclusion this thing has seen you yet, but wow. All right, so
Can you imagine the conversation go, there's a flying guy in our skies? What?
Well, again, this is the Marvel Universe, so.
Oh, yeah, of course, but still.
At this time, they have among their numbers, they have a guy who regularly wears a piece of scientific occultic invention called a Satan Claw. Yeah. There are occultists among their number. There is a vampire among their number who's a traitorous.
Do the rank and file know that, though?
The rank and file not as. Trying to think. I mean, there's been costumed heroes, so I think they've at least known about that beforehand. But yeah, I mean, like seeing a character fly up, reveal the American colors underneath, and then fly off in a direction. That definitely would have an effect on them. Yeah. So here's what I'm going to do. Sorry, I was looking up the dramatic task. I think what we're going to do is two different things at once here, depending on what. Well, I guess first off is whether this thing spots, whether this pilot spots Thomas or not. Let's see here. That's a success with a raise. So yep, they must definitely spot you. Wow. All right, I think that you had heard, remember that, what do you call it, von Strucker was, I guess we didn't mention it in the briefing, but remember your buddy old Werner? I said Wolfgang, it's Werner von Strucker, I think. Wolfgang? No, I think it's Werner von Strucker? I think I got that wrong earlier.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Von Strucker. No, Wolfgang. Okay. Wolfgang von Strucker. I got it right the first time. Okay, so you've heard that von Strucker was in the as part of this operation as well. So let's deal some cards. I think. Depending on what you're intending on doing, Logan, there is no joke 90 guys here. So if all you're trying to do is sneak around them, it's going to be a dramatic task just to get around. Really, it's only if you get a failure on your stuff is where we're going to see consequences. Mm-hmm. And for you, Thomas, depending on whether you're going to engage this thing or try and get away from it, I guess is going to determine how things work out. We're 10 minutes early too, but why don't you each get a Benny, and then we'll draw some cards. So, Angel. You've got a 2, Logan. Oof. You've got a queen. The Stuka has got a 2, and the rest of the Nazis have a 6. So, anyone spending bennies to get a new card?
Hearts above clubs, isn't it?
Hearts are above clubs. It's reverse alphabetical. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Logan, you good?
I'm good.
Okay. Logan, you're up first. What are you doing?
Okay, with the influx of a Benny and a high initiative, it may change what he's doing. Mm-hmm. Is there any, like, gas tanks that he could, like, blow up to cause confusion in the... So I do have a shaped charge that might come in handy.
Oh, yeah. Let's do this. Why don't you give us a notice check, please? And we'll just see. I'll see from there. The only thing I'm thinking of is I'm trying to determine whether farms have, I'm thinking of like that scene from Bourne Identity where there's the big natural gas tank that they have that he blows up as a distraction.
Yeah.
You got a raise on this. There most certainly is. There's a big tank of diesel on the farm.
Okay, so he's going to make his way in that direction, trying to be stealthy.
Okay. So I think this will be, why don't you give us a stealth check, please? And I'll give you a +1 to that. Ooh, with a raise. Nice. So yeah, you can see the picture that they're all kind of, there's a lot of milling around in this group of them. The captain is giving a lot of, instructions and commands to everybody. And you're able to sneak your way up and tink, place this thing up against the explosives. They are going to search for you. Right now your stealth is an 8.
Well, you said a 9, right, with the +1?
Oh, 9 with a +1. Yeah. So they're milling around. They have no idea. They're very agitated, trying to track down this flying either Tommy or Americana. Angel, you're up next. What are you doing?
So it's clear this thing spotted me.
Yep.
This may be stupid.
I love it. I love when plans start like that.
I love that word.
How tough is the angel? He's got toughness 9. I'm thinking.
Over to me.
Like, you're not going to want to fly through a plane if that's what you're thinking. You're not you're human. 9 is a very human.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about like trying to fly through the
the
wing
wing
part of the plane. Yeah, like the.
No, so like you doing that would really hurt yourself. But you do have guns, you do have shaped charges, you do have grenades, and I believe you're actually. I think you're faster than the Stuka, but you're comparable. So you could involve, some aerobatics and try and like get close to this thing, close enough to either shoot at the guy or whatever.
You have a shaped charge too.
Yeah. No. I was just checking because if he was.
No. So the one way is to if generally like if you're like a super tough type character, like Blue Diamond was one of the ones that was the pre-gens from it, but like that or like the Thing or whatever else, you'll probably have an armor trait or a toughness trait, and the armor trait will also have the heavy armor trait that a lot of weapons have. Heavy armor means that unless it's a heavy weapon, it can't be affected full stop. It's how the game models things like tanks. Like, it doesn't matter how much your Colt 45 explodes on the dice roll, you're never going to take out a Tiger tank.
Yeah.
Right? So but yeah, so Angel, you're seeing this thing is flying behind you. What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to try and outfly him then first, or outmaneuver him to get into a position where I can get above him, hopefully, and drop a charge on him rather than get in front of his sights.
Well, and you may not be shocked to learn that in 1940 technology, there's no way that's ballistic glass.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Why don't we do a contested? He's going to make a piloting check. There's only one, so it'll be 1d6 exploding, and make an athletics check. So I rolled a 3. So 6. You beat me. You didn't get a raise against me, but that's there's a bit of midair. Well, you guys, I'll let you narrate it. How do you see it that you get yourself in your position so you're above the pilot?
I want him to think that he's sort of trailing me and got me in his sights, and then I'm just going to sort of suddenly just sort of pull on the brakes and go straight up. So he sort of whizzes past.
So he's right beneath
Top
you.
Gun maneuver.
Yeah. So that'll be the move maneuver. What do you want to take an action as well?
I want to use this satchel thing that I've got.
The shape charge?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's just treat it as a.
Is it something that you can attach? Or
yes.
Is it...
So let's do this. Let's make it a. Give us a fighting check. I'll give you a -2 to it just because it's.
Moving and stuff.
You know what? Here, I'll make it a contested thing again. I'm going to roll his piloting to set the difficulty. So it's a 7 is what you're rolling against. Raise as well. So what does it look like where you've placed this thing? What do you think?
So I'm going to do I don't know if it's a classic sort of Superman thing, but I'm going to fly up by the side of him.
Yeah.
And sort of look into the cockpit as I'm flying along, and then I'm just going to get this thing out, and I'm just going to sort of just subtly go behind where the cockpit is, and sort of so he can probably see it just out of the corner of his eye.
He's looking around trying to find out where it's been placed.
Eject.
Let's see here, and then so I think we can roll damage for that now, and let's see what. Here we go.
Was it a shaped grenade, does it?
Shape charge.
Those are grenades.
What's a 1 gas tank charge is what it is.
Anti-tank.
So
why don't you roll 4d6 exclamation mark. This is a heavy weapon, so it'll damage it, and it halves the armor. 4d6 exclamation mark. So as you're flying down, in the film version, I think you're flying back down towards this, and we see the Stuka explode as the charge goes off. Yeah, and then we can cut back to... Oh, I'm on the wrong thing here, that's why. We can cut back to all the whole platoon is kind of looking over. Logan, why don't you give us one more stealth check on your dramatic task here? Let's see if you can... 8 again, 9 because of the +1. So
he's sneaking away, and as soon as the explosion noise comes over, he goes, perfect.
And then there's the from where your fuel tank goes off. So the German captain is kind of like looking off in one direction and you know, what the, was ist this? And then boom, from behind him as well, there's another explosion. So you guys have done a very good job of getting around your first random encounter. So.
You see just Logan walking away smiling, he goes...
Okay. And as you're making your way, maybe to the edge of a small copse of trees, Angel, you come flying in and land. Is there any witty repartee between the two of you?
Logan will say, nice job. I got 90 of them.
I got one big one.
That's about the same.
No, and to be clear, you didn't kill anybody.
I know.
Yeah. So... Then, guys, so Jonathan rolled the last one. Darren, why don't you give us a percentile roll? See what the second challenge is you're getting the maze again. 53.
53.
Okay. Once again, it is an infantry unit, but let's see if it's less this time. It is less this time. A single squad of 13 men. So this time you're making your way along. I think there's a broken or a bridge that you're making your way across. Probably close to this. What is it? The Cortacir River.
Okay.
Any Belgians or Dutch or whatnot? Listen, I do apologize for butchering any Walloonish names. Yeah, and there is a squad that seems to be on active hunt here. Now, you guys, the best, I think you get 7 and 5 as your checks. Let me make a check for the squad. They are completely oblivious to you. So really, if you choose to do nothing, you can let them go, or you can... I guess the only thing to consider is that the squad will be closing in on the expeditionary force. Otherwise, it means more German soldiers going to fight the Allies. At this point, that's a lot based on what you've passed overland. But what are you guys thinking?
Well, they are not too far from our goal, and they might become a problem later. We do have the drop on them.
Is it worth trying these grenades one more time?
As long as you're farther away from me than last time.
We can set an ambush.
So let me do this. I'll set up a squad, and you guys can tell me how you're going to approach them. Right here.
I got so many ideas for Logan.
There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I might have to make these a little smaller because there's a lot of them. There's 8.
I haven't used my Tommy gun yet.
No. You're not great at... I mean, you're not terrible at shooting, but it's not definitely your forte. All right, so here we go. Here's the squad, guys. There we go. Of these, there are 2 who seem to be porting ammo. One carrying a machine gun. One carrying a submachine gun. and 7 riflemen.
Dibs on the machine gunner.
So, we can assume. Let's do this. Why don't you? They definitely haven't detected you, but I just want to see how close you can get. Why don't you each give us a stealth check, please? I'll roll the. It's a 4. Yeah, so it's.
My stealth is being delayed here.
Oh yeah, I just pressed as well. Oh,
There you go. Okay, so a raise.
Yeah.
Angel.
But try it again. It might double up though.
Okay. Ooh.
Wow.
You want to spend a Benny to re-roll? That was a fail. Okay. Go ahead.
There we go.
Nice with a raise. And when we talked about this before we went live, I just love seeing the little icons in the.
There's the first one.
Okay. In the roll too. This is so cool. Okay, so yeah, you guys have clearly the drop on these guys. Where do you picture yourselves being in relation to this bridge? There's probably some trees on one side, trees on the other side of it. Not like, super thick forest, but enough to certainly hide yourselves in.
Wonder if Logan could have shimmied across the bridge a little bit, and he starts the fight by leaping off the side and throwing a grenade into the middle of him.
So you mean coming up this because are you picturing them crossing? They're not going to be under the bridge. They're not trolls.
Yeah, no. They're crossing the bridge, and Logan's along the side, and he just waits for them, and then he leaps up and attacks them.
Oh,
from the
sure.
edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be on the far side as they're coming towards us, so I can throw a grenade in the middle of the bridge. We just want to group them up as much as possible.
You got it. Okay. All right. So then, why don't we do this then? We'll start with, you guys will have surprise on them, so why don't we make the throw checks? Go ahead and click on your grenades, guys. Each of those will affect 3 guys. And they're not going to have a chance to dive for cover, unfortunately. Want to Benny that?
We rolled the same thing.
I'm going to re-roll mine.
Okay.
I've got 1 left.
To hit.
Screw it. I'll start a Benny.
Nice.
Don't hit me with a grenade. There we go.
There you go, with a raise. Go ahead and roll damage, guys. And I'll apply that to all.
Oh, yeah.
Oof, 13. Okay, and their toughness is, I believe, yeah. All right. Ah!
Now I was aiming for the machine gunner with that grenade.
All right, so yeah, the machine gunner and the 2 ammo guys are all gone, as are the 3. So the squad leader who's carrying the submachine gun and a couple of gunners. They are, let's roll morale, see if they're going to be able to collect themselves. Yep. I mean, they are, this is early in the war. These are trained soldiers. They're not whatever they're called, when they're press-ganging old men and kids into fighting. Let's draw some cards here. So, Angel, Jack, Logan, 9, and the squad, Joker. Oh, no! I get to go whenever I want. So we're going first, and we get +2. They've been fighting, what do you call it? The Americans leading up to here. So let me divide them up into sort of 2 groups here. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm gonna put more on you, Logan, just because you can take the hit better. So here we go.
Now with Benny's.
All right, so here we go. So I got each of these gets a +2 to hit. I'm going to go immediately because of the Joker. We then reshuffle the deck. That's what happens with the Joker is you get +2 to hit for it, and then we reshuffle the deck. It's supposed to hit and damage or +2 to hit alone?
I hope it's just a hit.
Well, I swear, there's a lot of because the Jokers only come up ever so often. There's a lot of edges you can take that specifically trigger when a Joker is drawn, and I'm far too cautious of a player, so I rarely take those kind of things. But
Same.
yeah, but if you are the kind of player who really likes the,
But I tried to get out of this when I'm playing Logan because Logan, he's not cautious.
It says +2 to all traits and damage rolls this round.
Oh boy.
Aim for the head or the heart.
All right, so here we go. So
Otherwise.
Logan, I am going to assume you got some cover though, so I'm going to I think I'll net at a normal. I need a 4 to hit you. Yeah, so we'll give you a little bit of cover from where you threw this. All right, so let me roll 1 here. I got 4 shots on you. All right, so I need 4 to hit. 1, hit 2, 3, 4. Hit with a raise. All right, so I got 2 hits normally and 2 with a raise. And then Thomas, miss, hit. Oh no, yeah, that's with a plus thing. So hit, no raise, and hit, no raise. All right, so then let's roll damage
here. Is that
here.
with his super dodge as well?
Oh, right. I forgot about your dodge. No, I miss all of you. You're much harder to hit. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me.
Okay, they're distracted.
Yeah. All right, so I got 2 hits on you, 1 with a raise. All right, so first, the hit without a raise.
Doesn't beat my toughness.
Second one.
Ooh.
That
Ouch.
is...
That's 3 wounds, isn't it? My toughness is 8 right now.
Toughness is 8 right now, so it'd be 8 is shaken, 12 is wound 1, 16 is wound 2, yeah, 20. So I think I'm not going to roll damage for the other ones because with that first hit you would have been dropped. Oh no, because it's at 4s where you're dropped.
Okay.
Okay, so you got 3 wounds from that first shot.
Okay, wounds going up. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Okay, and then second one, no raise. Oh, hold on. This is one with a raise. So I rolled an 8. Let me roll my wild because I got a raise on it, so I do a d6 extra. 9. Does that get past your toughness?
It beats it by 1.
So you're shaken.
Shaken. Okay.
Yeah. So it cannot. You're just shaken.
So he leaps up there. Like,
I love the regeneration thing. All right, and because you guys are in this, everyone gets a Benny as well.
I'm gonna need it.
Angel, you're up next. What are you doing?
Okay. Yeah, I see the situation. Can I shoot at the ones attacking Logan?
Yeah, absolutely. They're all in. I think they're all within relatively short range. You'll have -2 to hit, so you'll need a 6 to hit basically with this because you're going to have to draw your weapons and then do your 2-gun kit thing. So that's you want to Benny that?
I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay, that's a hit. Go ahead, roll damage. Yep. 1 is down.
Oh, just Benny. And then I'm going to roll the second one against another one.
Go. Hit with a raise. Go ahead and roll damage. Yeah, 17. The hammers of justice are blazing away. Then it is Logan's turn. You want to roll down shake?
I'm gonna try that. Yes.
Okay. You got plus 2.
Can I just say that I'm going to stand in the open basically and challenge him to try and shoot me?
Yeah,
to try
absolutely.
And draw the attention of the others.
Sure. Oh, come on.
I'll spend the Benny.
Yeah. All right, then roll your regeneration.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do that.
Come on, raise.
Hold on, there it is. Healing factor 5.
Okay, so 1. So you heal by 1.
Okay, so narratively speaking, he goes, he just riddled with him, and he spits out a few bullets and goes, "You should have run, Bob."
Are you going berserk?
I think I will.
Okay.
Because he can fly, I think he's going to be safe.
Okay.
So he's going to leap on the edge and just... just.
All right, so adjust your strength up by 1.
And he's going to go after the guys next to the angel just because they're in a group of 3.
You'd have to run past... I'm picturing you guys at opposite ends. You'd have to run past the ones that you're fighting then, which doesn't make sense if you're berserking.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. So up 1.
So then you get plus 2 because you're a wild... you have to have no wild strike.
Okay, so just add 2 to my stuff. Okay. So he'll run in and 2 attacks.
Yep.
Plus 2.
Go. First attack is that with the wild strike? Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, I added the 2.
Yeah.
Does a 5 hit?
1 plus 2 plus 1. I'm trying to figure out where the extra 2 is coming from that.
You said to add 2 from the...
Oh, it's a -2. Hold on, it's a minus... yeah, I'm reading. It's a plus -2. Yes, so that is a 5 is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
No, not a raise.
And it doesn't add to damage, does it?
It does not, no.
Okay. Holy shit!
Holy smokes.
He gets him right in the stomach and rips right through his
spray of
clavicle.
blood. Go ahead and roll your second attack.
And he spins and attacks the other one.
It's a hit and a raise. Go ahead and roll damage.
And
A 16 damage. Yep.
he
All
just
right.
throws his head back and goes, "Rah!"
Very nice. Next round, Angel. Oh, well, I got to reshuffle. Hold on. Let me delete this. Okay.
I love Logan.
That's so good. Okay. Shuffle the deck. All right. And here we go. Angel. You shuffle the deck on the same goddamn card? Come on, game. I call bulls. I want a new dealer. And then it is them. All right. So then, right now, we're looking at the squad is going first. Anyone want to spend bennies?
Yeah, I'll take one, please.
Okay. 9. Still not.
No,
Okay.
I'll leave it.
No more bennies?
No.
Okay. Then it is their turn. Okay, so you did call for the attention, so let's shoot you then.
Ignore the murderous psychopath next to you guys.
There we go. So that is a miss. I need a 9 to hit you. Okay, so and you're just ducking and weaving. Guns or shots blazing past your head. Angel, you're up next. What are you doing?
Yeah, I shall just give out a laugh and return fire.
Okay. That's a hit, not a raise. It's 8 points of damage, so you've shaken one of them. That's a wing. You want to spend a Benny and re-roll damage?
I will do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Another one down. Go ahead and make your second attack. Two-gun
Last
kid.
attack.
Hit and a raise. Go ahead and roll damage. It's 13. That is another one down. All right. Then it is Logan's turn. What are you doing, Logan?
He spits out a few more bullets, coughs a little bit, and he tries to get out of the rage.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
fight it off a little bit.
So smart's -2. Come on. Oh, no.
He can't do it. So he just runs in, jumps into both sides
roll
of the neck.
your regeneration first.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Let's see if you can get rid of that out of the second wound.
No.
No. Okay.
So just bone claws. Rah!
Okay, that is, hit and a raise. Go ahead and roll damage. Yeah. Now. Yeah.
Fly, boy.
This is going to be interesting. No one's got any bennies. Let's give each of you a Benny to keep this interesting. So, Angel, an ace. Oh my God, Logan, a 3. Anyone spending bennies to draw new cards?
Nah.
Yeah, just to see what happens.
Okay, so you have no bennies for rerolls then. An 8. All right, so Logan seems to still be fully out of control. He's only 2 rounds into his 5 rounds thing. Angel, you're up first.
I shall take to the air.
So you zip up into the air, well away from him. Logan, why don't you roll a healing factor? Okay, healed 1.
Healed 1 wound. Okay, let's take that down, and then I'll try and snap out of it again.
Yeah.
Just because.
Oh, so close. Okay.
It's sick. It has to explode for me to get it.
Hold on. You only did the -1. Okay, we didn't do the -2.
Oh, yeah, no.
No, which is fine. Which means the only reason I was interested is because if you did have the -2 and you rolled a 4, then you succeeded then.
Oh, okay, yeah, no.
Yeah,
that's still 2.
So, okay, so you're screaming and whatnot.
He flails around, is like,
Okay.
can't figure out how to use the gun because his claws are out and he can't move his fingers.
Okay, and let me... if I draw a face card, it means we're going to roll for another random encounter. So for this round... Oh, no! Logan, would you give us a D100 roll? Let's see whose attention you have drawn here. A 7. Interesting.
Or not, but...
Okay. 7, 7, 7. Civilians.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no! So I think what you see is it appears as if there are some Dutch or Dunkirk is in France, so it's French farmers, right? Is Dunkirk in France? Dunkirk's in France. And how fucking ignorant.
Yeah.
I could not be more North American than the moment I am right now. Where's Dunkirk? I don't know. That's very unfair for me to be using a southern accent for that when I'm the fucking ignorant one who doesn't know where Dunkirk is. So, all right. So then, there is a pack of them, and Logan, you turn. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to draw a separate card for the civilians. But let's see. Angel, you're up first. Oh no! A 2. Logan. An ace. Oh god. And the civilians. A 4. Oh.
Okay.
All right. So first things first here.
Healing factor.
Yeah, geez. Angel, do you want to spend Benny to draw a new card?
The only thing that can beat that is another ace or a joker.
Yeah, and that's an ace. I mean, it is an ace of clubs, so it's almost as bad as it can get.
I still have to run after them, right?
You have to run after them, and that's what I was thinking. I think I'll make it's going to be like
a bit away.
We'll make them 50 yards away.
I might snap out of it before I get there.
Okay, no, I'm just going to be ready to react.
Because he does have this, so that might help. I mean, narratively.
No, that'll just mean some really great role playing when you fail to live up to what you're doing because you went completely ape shit.
Okay,
but that's what makes. I mean, that's good fucking superhero pathos stuff.
Well,
so
he did almost get blasted to bits, so his animal instinct is taken over.
Logan, you're up first. Why don't you roll your? Yeah, nice. Yeah, you've healed up. Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll try my smarts to get out of it.
Smarts at -2.
-2.
I can't assist him in any way, can you? On that?
Oh,
No.
he goes. And you see the bone claws start reacting, and he goes. I'm
gonna roll a spirit check for the civilians. Let's see if they freak out and run. No, they're not sure what's going on here. I mean, they see a whole bunch of dead Nazis around you, so.
And Logan reaches up and throws the Nazi hat away.
Angel, what do you do?
Hey, Logan.
With the languages I got, was it just German?
I'll say it's also French.
I'm gonna fly over to them, showing my colours,
Mon Dieu,
as it were. And I was saying sort of broken French, go back to your homes. There's too many Germans around.
Okay, they sort of look at you and they look at one another and why don't you give us a was it persuasion?
Persuasion.
Yeah. Yeah. So they I think there's a little kid who sees you're exposed, kind of like American Eagle kind of thing, and she kind of like looks up at it, and the mother grabs her, and they all head off in the direction of what do you call it? Wherever maybe there's a home nearby. Mm-hmm. But with that, Logan has now twice lost his fucking mind fighting these things.
Logan walking up towards after they get a good distance away, and he goes, spits out the last bullet. Let's not do that again.
You gotta get control of that rage, son.
So
it's a survival instinct.
I think what we'll do then is let me move us over here.
Now that the civilian thing has happened, he's going to be more hesitant to go into a berserk.
Oh, that was such an interesting development. All right, so let's take a look.
I'm so glad he made it.
Yeah. We are next going to take advantage of the... where is it here? There it is, village. I got a map of Mazican. Here.
Logan's mumbling about civilians shouldn't have been anywhere nearby.
Yeah, that's...
bad intel.
My goodness. That was pretty... Oh, no, wrong guy. Grab you guys. That's something I definitely like the unexpected developments in Savage Worlds definitely make it a lot of fun. You go in here, moves over a bit. So here's Mazican, guys. And you're coming in from the north. So what you can see, I can tell you about Mexican in general, is that the bridge has been blown, leaving a 20-foot gap across the Cortaquir River. You could either swim across this, you could try and jump across it. If you're trying to sneak across it, it will require both swimming or athletics and stealth checks.
Am I able to fly Logan across?
Yeah,
Can I carry him long enough to get him across?
Yeah, to get him across, absolutely.
Thinking if we sort of...
That won't help with the stealth, unless you've got a way of...
No.
I mean, you could fly like sort of nape of the water, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'd keep it low, but I was thinking sort of coming in from this direction.
Sure. So do we know this town's occupied, or the village is occupied?
So here's what you can see. These are all burned out houses. Why don't you give us... well, let's start with stealth. Let's see if anyone is going to spot you. Why don't you each give us a stealth check, please? Look at that. The raise. And you get success on them. Okay. So if you're reconnoitering this place, this over here are... it's a field of wrecked Allied equipment and vehicles. So there's a ton of trashed Allied vehicles here. There's the busted bridge. Over here, this is these are burned out houses. This here is the church, which seems to have survived. You can see over here, there's a broken tank. This is a British A-11 Matilda tank. But it does seem like there are some houses still in here. Why don't you give us... why don't you each give us a notice check? I'm going to fix that on all the character sheets after this session. Well, after this afternoon's session.
Is it...
Logan, you can smell. There's cooking still coming from in those buildings.
Yeah, he's also trying to pick out recent gunpowder if it's been fired.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's lots of gunfire. That would be an overwhelming smell in here. This is a war zone. The German are advancing on the British throughout this. So.
Looks clear to me. We should probably still be cautious.
Shall I get us across the river and we can sneak through the town?
I hate fighting in wet boots, yes.
Okay. So you put your, kind of get underneath Logan's arms.
And you feel actually how heavy he is. He's like 50 pounds heavier than you think he looks.
And he's also, it's worth remembering that Logan, I believe, is like 5'3". He's either 5'3" or 5'4". Like, he's a very small dude. It just, people always draw him much bigger than what he actually is. So that's where he gets his name from, right? Like, Wolverine is a little tough, So, but you're able to fly him across easily, and you land probably somewhere around those busted buildings. Tell me how you plan on investigating here. We're going to use the networking rules, and generally speaking, what that is you either use the nice way for persuasion, the intimidation, which is the not nice way. Success means you get to find some information. Like, are you planning on going door to door and asking people? Are you just spying on people? Like, the trouble is waiting. Spying is only really useful over time. You'd have to get a very lucky roll in order to overhear a helpful conversation.
We're pressed for time, though, aren't we?
Yeah,
most definitely. And the last information you heard is that she was holed up here, Agent Angel.
Is she French?
I think so, yeah.
Speak French. Yeah.
She would definitely speak French and German. She was
undercover.
What do you call it? An agent working behind enemy lines.
So I could try. We haven't got any. I mean, I could say Angel in French and see if that draws her on the houses that I visit, and see if that might work.
And are you thinking of using the nice way with persuasion or the not so nice way with intimidating?
Persuasion.
We can do the good cop, bad cop thing. I'm fairly good at intimidating.
Now, with this, because of your investigator trait, I believe either that or streetwise. No, you're not criminals you're looking for, but
no.
I think in investigator. Can you click on that edge.
Investigator.
+2 to research rolls or notice rolls made to search through. I think between investigator and streetwise, I'll give you a +2 on this roll anyway.
Okay.
Okay, that just strikes me as a thing that you're used to tracking down information from friendly and not so friendly sources. So go ahead and give us a persuasion at +2.
I'm just going to roll it and then add the +2 after.
That's a 6. Okay. So you begin asking around about this and asking about Angel. And what you find, you don't find them on the first go, but what they say, the person you're speaking to gives you the name Desmets.
Smets.
And I'll give you the here.
Gesundheit.
They say, speak to the Desmets.
Does that seem to be a name of? Like
Yes, that would be a surname.
Yeah.
A Belgian family, so it'd be
Okay.
Wallander, Walloonish. I can't remember. Why don't you, if you can approach them, why don't you give us one more persuasion at +2 as well? Okay, 7.
7.
So what you find is there is in this one marked number 6 here. Unsurprisingly, this is the Desmet house. And you knock on the door, and who answers is a young-ish, like maybe 30s, Belgian woman. Looks a little, as is to be expected, worried, nervous. She answers the door and says, "Yes?" And kind of looks over the two of you. Do you still have your costume revealed, or are you back into...
It's just visible, but it's not on display, as in, you wouldn't see it from a distance. But
Okay.
I've just...
And if she looks at Logan, he's wearing his fatigues where it's got bullet holes in it and little blood splatters around the outside. But he's standing back and trying to be like nondescript and leaning against something.
Okay. So she looks at the two of you, and what do you say? You can see she's very confused.
We fought our way through the Germans looking for Angel. Would you be able to help us find her?
Her eyes get big, and she says, "Yes, come inside, please." So you're led inside, and what you find waiting and kind of listening in the hallway, there's another a Belgian man as well too. He is. So she introduces herself. Her name is Ophelia Desmet, and this is her husband Martin. So here we go. Nice. So Martin and Ophelia Desmet. Smet. No. Would you each kindly give us a notice check? So see if you get a sense. Okay.
Oof.
Maybe you're a little out. Ooh. Anyone want to Benny then?
Can't.
I'll use my last one.
Last one? Okay. Yeah. They both seem pretty on edge. As you're coming in, Thomas, you look back and forth. But you have made it to the Desmets and apparently to where Angel is, so why don't you each get a Benny as well? So she brings you in and she says, You're here for Angel?
And give a reassuring nod. Is she here?
She says, she looks back and forth, and Martin then kind of steps forward, and they say, she should not be here. The Germans will be here soon and will look everywhere. And there is something wrong with her. Come. And he leads you guys upstairs to the second floor of his house, and then up to where the attic is. And up into the attic you go, and to kind of a back corner, like how there's no lights back here, there's no nothing, and then when you get in, what you see is I think, Logan, you've probably met this woman before, and I think that just because in fitting with Logan's type, she's kind of a vivacious redhead. She's someone who maybe helped you with that deal with the British royal family and von Strucker.
He'll do it like imaginary, ma'am.
Well, here's the thing: is that you remember her as, you know, short hair, red, like a very capable agent. What you see is right next door to a corpse. She seems to be asleep, but her skin is all sort of sallow and going. You see her bones. She's flat on her back. Her arms are across her chest, and she does not. She does not move whatsoever.
He's breathing though, right?
If you go in and check, do you have heal? I can't remember if it's called healing or medicine in this game.
I do not.
Do not? You can make a notice check. Let's make it a little harder. Make it a -2, so it'll be a 6 you need to check.
Yeah, no. He's in shock.
You're a little upset by this. So you shout, maybe you shout out, you know, what was her first name again? Let's see here. Oh, I've got it probably in here. Keeps referring to as Agent Wotan. Her name is it was in the list here.
Operation thing, right?
Agatha Marchand. So you maybe shout out, and he like Martin kind of looks like, what is he doing?
Well, I think he would also like punch something really hard just to get a little bit of feeling, just to center himself from.
Something smashes. Martin is very taken back by this. Thomas, you getting down? She's still breathing. And in fact, you think she may be in some kind of coma. If you touch her forehead and whatnot, Martin, once he recovers from Logan's, temper tantrum, he says, "We have been trying to feed her water, keep her lips clear, but."
How long has she been like this?
Shortly after she arrived. Several days ago, she lost consciousness and has been in this coma since. Before she did, he reaches in his pocket and takes out 2 crumpled notes. Let me show you what he hands them to you. Maybe, I'll give the first one to Darren. Why don't you read this one aloud for us? And then, John, you'll do number 2. So here you go. Thomas. Remember, you can click on the hourglass to make it big if it's hard to see in the small.
Yeah. My source tells me the Nazis have a new submarine superweapon, possibly involving detonations on the seafloor. A special SS group under the direct control of Wolbergen is transporting it to Noonport for something called Fall Naden, or Operation Needle. I've detected neither...
Ananerba is the ancestry group. It's like it's the group that the Nazis sent out to like measure heads in Tibet and stuff like that. It's the secret in the archaeology kind of group.
Okay.
Abwehr is just the regular military.
Yeah. Yeah, Wolbergen involvement means this is no normal science. What are they up to? What is Operation Needle?
Okay, and then the second one, John, let me give you the handout here. So here you go. Go ahead and give that one a read.
Logan lifts it up to his face, squints at it, and my mind will stand these nightmares no longer. That hideous house, the loathsome sea and sky. I must finish this document and pass it to the good people who shelter me. I fear that if I go to sleep again, and I shall not waken. It draws me so much, but it is down there, and they're going to bring it up. God, help us. They're going to bring it up. What kind of occultist bullshit is this?
What are they bringing up?
Now, Thomas, I think you've got training in occult. Is that right?
I certainly have.
Yeah, why don't you give us an occult roll?
It's not super great at it, but it's a good roll.
Okay, that's good enough. Yeah. You, having read that, you look down at her and you remember hearing or reading about, or maybe someone told you about, someone you encountered over your years of crime fighting in the, like, what Angel's early career is like is, I'm not sure if you're familiar with, like, the stories of the Shadow or the Spider or anything like that, but that's the kind of, like, pulp adventures he was involved in. So, which means you met bizarre mystics and, evil yogis and things like that. One of the things you know from that is that in this kind of extended coma that she's in, if it's not caused by trauma and there is supernatural involved, she may be astrally projecting. Her body may be elsewhere, or her soul may be elsewhere while her body sits here
and
rotting.
might be trapped.
Yeah, if the astral form could be trapped somewhere, then. So what do you guys make of these notes?
Logan he doesn't know anything about occultism. If it bleeds, he can kill it. That's all he knows.
No, the notes is what I asked about.
Oh,
What do you
very
guys make?
intriguing. Where is this house? The lonesome sea and sky. We must locate it. Yeah. He turns to the poor guy and says, "Do you know where this house is, Martin?"
Why don't you? There isn't something in there. Why don't you each give us a common knowledge check, please?
There's a group of them taking something somewhere.
Okay.
Common knowledge, yeah.
Yeah. So there is a name in there. Valpurgans. Valpurgan is the name of a Nazi occultist who answers to von Stracker. He also goes by the name Geist, the code name.
Has Logan heard of this guy?
Both of you have. You've probably
Logan
tussled with Geist at one point or another.
Logan growls deep in his chest.
Yeah, familiar. I don't think you've dealt with him before, but you're certainly familiar with him in your readings. Thomas.
Yeah, so they're taking some sort of secret weapon or something to this near port or Newport, and he's behind it. Him and his SS troop.
So let's quickly.
Do we have an extraction plan?
Well, she had information that was crucial.
And what
Operation Dynamo.
Yeah, remember the Dunkirk invasion is going on right now too. Within 2 days, the expectation is everyone's going to get to Dunkirk and then be evacuated off the beaches.
Okay. Oh yeah, because the enemy lines, whatnot. Okay, got it.
Are crushing in. Yeah, that's why you're running into so many things. And from what you've heard, the British are putting up a good fight, but like the Wehrmacht is just steamrolling them. So it may not be long before. And they did not have the Navy or the capacity to evacuate that many soldiers all at once. So there's where Newport is, yeah.
Mm. So that's where we need to go.
We were right there nearly when we landed. Only if we had known.
We wouldn't have noticed that massive group of German soldiers. We wouldn't have noticed this character amongst them, would we?
No, and I mean, there's thousands of German troops that are. You guys ran into a couple of squads, but from what you hear, like it's thousands of troops that are coming in from both this direction and this direction. By this point as well, like they may not. I don't know whether it's made its way back to command, but the Germans have cut off retreat to the west at this point as well.
Okay.
We need to get her to safety and keep her alive long enough to stop this man.
Well, I hate to say it, but there is things greater at risk than the one life here now.
Logan just slowly turns his head to look at him. I'm not leaving her.
That's awesome.
I'm not sure she's here. And I look at her.
She's right there.
Her current state.
Mm-hmm.
Her body's here, but I'm not sure the rest of her is. I've got no knowledge of how to undo what's happened to her, have I?
No, neither. And I mean, unless there is, maybe what you do is you try a couple of tricks that you've heard of, and you're fairly confident that, like, wherever she is, she's either choosing not to return or she is unable to return. Excuse me.
Yeah.
There could be experts at the extraction point or where our base is that might know a little bit more. We need to get the information to them. And Logan will carry her the entire way if he has to.
So, if you guys hear about this persisting threat and you're thinking that, oh, wait, what my most pressing thing is to evacuate her.
Well, no, he wants to get her. I mean, this guy can fly really fast. He could just probably buzz her over there and meet me up.
The air is full of Stukas and other things. And also it would be telegraphing to any German with binoculars that that's where you guys are, right? So
Angel, he is a heroic character, but he has taken the 2 notes and he's ready to go. However,
Logan just knows
that sounds.
He knows this woman, and based on Logan's personality, he doesn't like to leave women, especially, behind.
Yeah.
And he knows the Germans will find her if we leave her here.
So then, I suppose one thing you could try is convincing Martin and Martin and Ophelia seem to want to get rid of her, and then to have no trace that they were helping out the Allies. Oh, yeah. You certainly can try convincing them.
Have they got a vehicle?
So
maybe?
He'll look at Thomas, slowly, and says, "I'm the best there is at what I do, but what I do is not very nice." Try to convince them to get to the extraction zone with her, or hide her.
Yeah, I'll sort of take him to one side and sort of ask, have you got a vehicle? You could maybe drive her.
Okay.
I just slipped the quote in. I just had to
do it.
No,
it's great. That's great work. And also, you each get a Benny from that. That's terrific role-playing. I think you're going to need an 8 to convey. I'm going to basically give a -4, partly because they've already really wanted to be done with this stuff, and then not only that, they're going to have to move through German lines to get to the British to then get her out. It's not impossible, but it's something. So this is again where you can choose to be friendly or you can be not friendly. And Logan, you can certainly assist with this.
Yes.
Do I have to use the same role, or can I just glare intimidatingly at them?
Yeah, you can use different things.
Yeah, because I really want to do this nicely, but...
And just for the Savage Worlds fans out there, I'm going to find... it's not actually called in aid, it's called support in this game.
Okay.
So,
well, I shall thank them for all they've done so far, and I'll say that these notes are going to be critical to the survival of potentially thousands and thousands of lives, and this woman could be instrumental if we could get her to the right people and pull her back from the state that she's in, this coma that she's in. I know we've asked much of you already, but would you be able to try and drive her to a friendly location near Dunkirk?
Okay.
So she can get more help.
Logan, why don't you give us a intimidate? It sounds like intimidation is what you want to use, right?
Maybe
Yeah.
can I add a little quip in as well?
Sure.
It says you word this correctly. You've seen the notes, so you're in just as much danger as she is.
Nice. Okay, go ahead. Give us an intimidate check. So it is just a normal one against. So 4. It's a success, no raise. So you get +1 to your roll, Thomas. So basically, you're rolling against a 7. Difficulty 7 right now. Benny, that?
Definitely be a real roll.
And you still have your conviction as well.
Oh, spend the conviction. You have to. You're one short.
Okay. Yeah, I shall spend.
So D6 exclamation mark.
D6 exclamation.
So Martin is sort of, like I bet that the French guy at the start of Inglourious Bastards. Yeah, the big mustache in there. I'm kind of picturing that guy being like, that's what this guy looks like. He's sort of, you can see his eyes. And you got to put yourself in the mindset of this poor bastard too. Like, they did not want to be involved in this war whatsoever. They just want to fucking live their lives. They try to do a nice thing to help out the Allies, and then get fucking steamrolled by the Germans, surrounded by Nazis. In spite of that, looks at Logan, looks at you. We will get her safe.
Logan will step forward and just land a hand on his shoulder and says, "Good man." Good man.
And I think you each get conviction back for having saved Agent Angel. So then, with that, I think we have to bring the session to a close, guys.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I could go for another hour. This is good.
Yeah, well, I think, you know what, like, we've been having difficulty with the crystal shard things anyway. What I might do is float with Andrew and Dave the prospect of just playing this one through to the end. It's not a long module, and if you guys are interested in playing, and then if we did want to do that, I'll also give you 1 advance, so you can take either +1 to one of your skills or take a new edge that you qualify for. So, like, for instance, Quick is an edge that allows you to discard any card less than 5.
Oh, for initiative,
when you're drawing initiative. Oh, I mean, there's plenty of other ones you could pick as well too, but yeah, or you could bump up one of your skills by 1. So that is, with that though, let's bring us back to our intro. Before I launch into the outro, guys, what did you think of Savage Worlds as a game for playing a superhero setting? This is obviously a World War II, like a setting, but what do you guys think?
I'm just biased from Logan Wolverine in general, but this was great.
It's your first superhero RPG too.
I played not
for Darren. Darren had never played one before.
Darren,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, really long back in the 80s, I played literally 1 or 2 sessions of Marvel.
Oh,
the old one, but since then I haven't played any superheroes. I mean, I love the superhero sort of feel, so the system again probably wouldn't be quite as critical, but I think this works really well for superheroes. It's pretty quick and easy, and it's pretty fast and furious with the rolling and the combat, and the Logan seemed to work really well. Like John was saying, with the regeneration and he still nearly went down.
Yeah.
But he come back quite quick, which it seemed to work really. I think with only 2 players, you can quite easily still manage, quite a sort of big scenario almost, or
it's great.
More involved thing. You don't need a lot of players, do you?
And Savage Worlds has the game's infrastructure to, like, we had some skill challenge, like just some regular skill checks. We had a straight up fight for 1 or 2 times. We had a kind of not improvised fight, but like a more dynamic fight between you and the Stuka. And we had the extended challenge of you guys, of Logan sneaking past those 3 platoons of Germans, and we had a networking scene where you guys going around through the town.
The bridge fight, and then the civilians and the
civilians random encounter. Yeah.
Just so Darren knows, in superhero fights, it's one thing when you're going up against non-superpowered enemies, and it's another when you go against superpowered enemies. The math doesn't change, but the dynamics certainly change. It's like, oh, we don't want to get hit.
Well, even then, one of the neat things, one of the rules that they suggest, they give you different options for playing different types of superhero games. But for this one, what we play with as well is that you can never suffer more than 4 wounds. So regardless of how much I roll, you're never soaking more than 4 wounds. Gotcha. Which means that you can usually not get killed in one outset, so long as you got the opportunity to soak.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think you guys also definitely felt a cut above while still feeling vulnerable. I also forgot. I kept forgetting about your dodge check. That is a huge thing for allowing you to be running out and gun and whatnot, and not having to worry about getting you could get shot still, but it's not as often as what Logan is going to get tagged. And Logan doesn't need it. I specifically built him without dodge because how he is in the comics, right? Of getting shot a bunch of times and you son of a, and jumping on them,
spitting out bullets like a badass. It was great.
I did feel like if I got shot, there would be a lot of trouble though. But the idea was, he just don't get shot. That's what you're hoping.
When
for.
Also your toughness is what, a 9?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Logan's his own.
Yeah, so in comparison, the German soldiers you were fighting had a toughness of 5.
Yeah.
So to give you a sense of how much tougher, I would have had to have rolled, even if I rolled it. And remember, when I exceed 9, or I roll 9 or higher, it's shaken unless I roll a 13.
I've already decided what I'm spending his advancement on.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Smarts.
No, actually, you can't. You can't.
Oh.
You can only raise stats by 1 once per tier, and I've already done that with these characters. That's why I specifically said only skills, only advanced.
Skills, okay. Darn.
Yeah, only edges or only skills.
Okay, so it's an edge then.
Yeah.
But
I definitely need to work on the smarts.
Logan took a few big hits. I mean, them exploding dice, they can do some big damage.
Yeah.
Whatever you roll.
That quip, you missed the vitals, was great.
Here's a neat thing too, is that I mentioned the heavy weapons before. So the character Blue Diamond that we wrote up, he has defenses of heavy weapons, which means nothing that was used on you guys thus far, except for the grenade, would have affected him at all. Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't even have to make a check against it or whatnot. They may be able to pull him down or whatnot, and he's strong enough to have picked up the half track.
Wow.
And could use it as a area weapon, like what your grenades are on things. He can't fly. Awesome. He's terrible in a lot of other skills.
Probably can't swim.
I think he's got athletics, but he's also got a great resistance for mind affecting things. But
we could have done the fastball special. We chose him.
Yeah, you could definitely do a fastball special.
Throw Logan.
Definitely. All right, so that's. I hope you enjoyed your at least modern return to superhero games, Darren.
So.
Yeah, it was very good.
Nice. Awesome. All right, so then for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for part 1 of Operation Angel. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the game, or the campaign, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below. I got a link down below where you can pick up a PDF copy of the module we're playing through as well. Depending on what, you can get it in Call of Cthulhu rules, in Savage Worlds rules, or in Trail of Cthulhu, I think, the gumshoe version. So it would be adaptable to the 2D20 version as well. But these modules work very well for this kind of weird science superhero or superheroes in the Second World War kind of stuff, and tons of great, most Modiphius products. They're really, really good. Lots of cool handouts. It's something that I like about, I really like about Call of Cthulhu games in general. But do you guys not agree that having those notes and being able to read them yourself and whatnot, it just adds that extra little bit of buy-in for the adventure?
Yeah, definitely.
So then, for those listening at home, we'll be back with something in 2 weeks' time. Possibly this, possibly our Legacy Crystal Shard game. We'll see what the players want to do. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours. Oh, I missed a couple of things in my outro, but we do have a second session this afternoon, so I'm going to kind of speed through this. There's links down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games, the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. At the time of recording, I need to confirm I need to get back to them and say, yes, this is our discount code, but there's a discount code down below. If you, not only do they have an amazing selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs, they also have a wide selection of new RPGs, new board games, new card games. If you purchase $10 or more through their website, you can enter the code THEMUSE. So all one word, all caps. You can see that down below. You'll save yourself 10% in your purchase. I need to just, if it doesn't work when you enter it, just try again in a day or so, because I'll confirm that this weekend with them. In addition, there's a link down below to the Heroes Save Villages campaign. That's a charity fundraising campaign that we run on the channel. Benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really amazing organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphan and abandoned children, including ongoing relief efforts in Ukraine and the surrounding countries. There is all donations that go through that link go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman, just goes to help out the kids who benefit from their services. And it's a very small way of saying thank you. For every $25 Canadian that you donate, you get a chance to win the grand prize or one of the other great prizes in our next charity raffle. That raffle will be happening at the end of the month, and the grand prize for that is one of these right here, a platinum edition of the Spelljammer Adventures in Space box set from our friends at Beetle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse. That is my copy up there, but you win a beautiful free copy of beautiful new copy of it, still in the packaging. It not only has the full module in it also has maps and miniatures and a ton of other great stuff. And if you don't win that, you still have a chance to win a bunch of other great prizes, including a chainmail dice bag made by one of our own players, and a bunch of stuff from the Dungeon Musings Redbubble shop. So tons of great prizes, and most importantly, all donations go directly to help out the kids who benefit from the SOS Children's Villages International charity. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart heroes, superheroes for today. So Darren and John, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I had a hell of a fun time putting this together and a hell of a fun time running this. So thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a blast. Cool.
Excellent. Then, for those listening at home, we will be back in 2 weeks' time with either this or Legacy Crystal Shard or perhaps something else. We don't know. We'll see. We'll let you know ahead of time next time. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes facing the advancing Wehrmacht and the retreating British forces. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.